Bam, my peoples, my peoples. Welcome to another episode of Boxing for Breakfast. You already know what it is. I'm your host, JSmiff, and we're gonna do what we do today. We're gonna talk boxing. But first off, let me just say, Happy Friday. You know, some of us getting paid today. um, Beautiful day here in the Dominican Republic. I hope you guys have a beautiful morning. You're getting up now. Enjoy your breakfast. I'm about to enjoy mine in a few minutes. You're on your way to work. You just woke up, whatever it may be. Salute. And I appreciate you guys joining in and joining the show. This is going to be a special one, my peoples. We're going to be talking about the situation that is all over the boxing universe. Tank Davis versus Jake Paul. You know, of course, that conversation cannot be had without bringing in Lamont Roach because that was supposed to be Tank Davis' next opponent. Well, I have my point of view. My brother Hector Camacho Jr. has his point of view, and we're going to talk about it. So, in a few minutes, Hector Camacho Jr. is going to join me, and we're going to talk about this important matter. Yes, this is an important matter, ladies and gentlemen. Troy Mafia, bam, salute. Appreciate you dropping in, man. Look, this is going to be an ongoing topic of conversation for quite some time, and I can tell you why. Number one, leading up to the fight with Jake Paul, this is what people's going to be talking about. He should have fought Lamont Roach. Why is he fighting a YouTuber? Why is he fighting an exhibition fight? This is Tank Davis at 30 years old in the center of his prime, in the peak of his prime, walking out on a rematch versus the one opponent that he was not able to beat in his entire career to do an exhibition with Jake Paul. So this is going to be the topic of conversation. Not only up until Tank fights that exhibition with Jake Paul, or not fights. I don't want to call it a fight until he does that exhibition with Jake Paul. We're going to be talking about this. But even afterwards, because now there's going to be the conversations about is Tank Davis going to retire? Okay, he's going to get a huge bag. Obviously this is going to be a career payday. It's going to be a success. It's on Netflix. It's going to be huge, even though it's an exhibition and it's not going to affect their professional record. But it's going to be big. People are going to tune in. We're all going to watch it. We can't cap, right? So this is going to be the topic of conversation up until the fight. But then when they fight, it's still going to be the topic of conversation because there's folks who's open to, okay, maybe he's going to fight Roach afterwards. But he already said he was moving up to 140. Although Tank said he was either going to fight Manny Pacquiao or move up to 140. He's now fighting Jake Paul. Let that sizzle in your spirit, my peoples. So when people say no because the fighter said this and the fighter said that, that don't mean shit. Viral Industries. It's a genius move by the Tank Davis camp and management. I mean, that's gonna be an opinion, but it's still gonna be a duck. We we can't. It's almost like people want to fly over the duck. We're kind of like skipping it. I would have to say this is the first time that I've ever seen fans say, well, this is not a duck because he's going to make a lot of money. Like, that's a whole new logic. This is not the first time that we have a new logic for Tank Davis. I've seen it a few times, but this one is pretty amusing. Why? Because everybody else, the moment they walk away from that fight that we expected, they're a duck. But with Tank Davis, he walks away, and it's like, no, 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 wait a minute, because you're gonna make a lot of money in an exhibition fight. So we've seen championship caliber fighters, reigning undefeated champions in their prime, go fight an exhibition fight over a rematch. So, you know, it's pretty hard to fly over that duck and not notice it. A lot of people trying it. I noticed a lot of comments. Hey, he's gonna make a lot of money, bro. Hey, Tank is gonna make bank. Whoa, it's insane to even ponder. How is it even possible that people have this perspective? But, ladies and gentlemen, my brother Hector Camacho Jr. is gonna join me, and he's gonna give us his take. He gonna say what he gotta say. So y'all been asking for Hector Camacho Jr. I've been calling Hector Camacho Jr. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only. It's still that time.
My nigga was good. Buenos dias.
Damn. Good morning, my brother. How you doing?
Bo- well, you already know, boxing for breakfast. Up early.
Ready, ready. Ooh, I see you got your coffee. You ready for this smoke right now? I see.
Hey, us fighters wake up early, no matter what. We put in that work that the people who are not boxing, who not real boxers, don't see that work we put in. We up early running.
We doing this. We doing this. So you ready for this smoke right now? That's it. We ready? Like that?
Talked about me. Yup, I'm ready to go.
Listen,
Ring
man.
that bell.
Bing, bing, bing. You already know what's the controversy right now. The whole boxing universe is talking about Tank Davis. He did not fight Lamar Roach. Some people are saying it's a duck. Some people are saying, yo, he's getting the bag. What say you, Hector Camacho Jr.?
I applaud the kid. Why I applaud him? Cause I'm for any boxer who could somewhat beat the system. The inside boxing game, man. It's a dirty business, man. Us fighters, well, we get money. We don't have no financial, no courses in box. We have no retirement plan, so we don't do with the money, So most of the fighters, most of us, end up, retiring messed up. And the truth is, the fans ain't giving us shit. So I applaud fans for stepping up. I applaud Tank. Yes, get that back, secure your future. Yes, I applaud that. And why not? He ain't ducking no smoke. He fought everybody. It's a business move. You cannot
What
knock
you
the
mean he
kid.
fought everybody? That's cap. Yo, listen, that's cap. I'm gonna call cap. He ducked everybody except Shakur, except
Why
Teofimo
you say he
Lopez,
ducking?
except Evan Haney, except he ducked for everybody except all of the best.
Hey, it's a business move. You cannot knock Tank when it comes down to them. At the end of the day, looking out for himself and this boxing where you have to. And he gained that big bag. He gained that big bag. You cannot knock
Okay,
that. Why do an
okay,
exhibition?
okay,
Why not?
okay. So let me ask you this, Hector Camacho Jr. Let me ask you this and see what you got for me. After Tank Davis and Lamar Roach fought each other, I'm gonna remind you that Jake Paul was in the venue. He was gonna call Tank
Yeah,
Davis out, right?
yeah,
Jake Paul said that he was gonna call him out because the fight was a draw. He ended up not doing so. Tank
yeah,
Davis is gonna do a rematch, and after that, they're gonna fight each other. That's what Jake Paul said.
yeah.
Do you remember that?
Not really, but the
I
fight
could
is
look. I could.
made.
Okay, okay. You know what? If you don't remember it, do you believe me when I tell you that? Fuck it.
Yeah, I believe that. And I also
You know.
believe I remember seeing in a video where Tank said, "Yeah, that's the fight that I would like, but not the fight's gonna happen next."
So,
I mean, he was adamant. He was clear about that.
no. That was way after. That's you defending. Cool story. But let me say, Jake Paul said that they was gonna do a rematch, and then him and Tank was gonna get it. He said those
Yeah,
words right after the fight. Okay. So
yeah.
what I'm asking you is, what made Tank Davis? Because he could have had the rematch and fought Jake Paul right after and got that bag that you're talking about. So what got Tank Davis to decide to skip the rematch when that bag was gonna be there?
No, 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 no. I don't know. You know what? He made a small move. What move would you make? Let me tell you. Let me secure that bag first. Then
Hold
going in
on.
there
Hold
and
on.
going in with a rough 12 rounds with so much things going on in Tank Davis' life. Like we only see Tank Davis and we talk about him when he's on TV, but the outside the ring, he's not living a part as an athlete, going through his drama, he's going through his issues. I'm not here to defend him, but as a boxer, I gotta put that hat on because most people don't see what we go through outside the ring. So I could see him saying, you know what, let's secure this big bag, this Santa Claus bag. It's probably more. I'm sure it is more than what he will make fighting against Roach. So why not they put it to the side? Let me get this Santa Claus bag. Let me secure myself, get my mind together.
Okay,
He
so
doing
watch
the
this.
Floyd. He doing
So
the Floyd blueprint. He beating the game. We can't get mad at that. If I'm
so
gonna
watch
take
this.
for him,
Watch this.
I'll do the Floyd. I'll pick my
Yo,
opponents
listen.
all the way to 15-0.
Listen to this. Listen to this. I'm gonna show you why. Canelo, His Excellency Turkey Al-Sheikh wanted Canelo to fight Buck Crawford, and Canelo was like, hold on, buddy. I'm gonna need a 2-fight deal. I'm gonna need a quick bag first, and then I'm gonna holler at him. He fought with him, scored, got the bag, and then fought Crawford. So why he couldn't get that little bag real quick versus Roach, beat him in the rematch, fight the only guy who he was not able to beat, the only guy who put a blemish on his record. Tank don't got a perfect record no more. He's undefeated, but it's not a perfect record. He got a blemish. He got a draw. And you're gonna walk away from that? So what you trying to tell me is that he thought he could lose that fight, get his ass whooped, and lose the Jake Paul back? Is that what you suggested?
Who? I actually just know that. I'm
Well, you
agreeing
saying why not get
with
the
his
bag?
vision.
Why not secure
I'm,
the bag?
I'm
The bag is secure. If he's gonna win, the bag
no,
is secure. If he could
nothing
beat,
secure.
if he could beat
No,
Lamar
nothing
Roach, the
secure.
bag is secure. If you think he
But
could
why?
beat Lamar Roach, the bag is secure.
I'm assuming. Let's say I'm on Tank's side. And my think
Let's
about it,
say
like
that
Tank
you
think about
is.
it, I'm gonna say, fuck Roach. Fuck Roach. Fuck Roach. He ain't care what the people say. We're in a different era. He don't care what people say. He's getting that bag. He
Come
probably
on.
getting more than if Delafimo and Shakur fight. He probably getting more than both of them put together. He don't care about that. His legacy is different now. Like I think I spoke to you about this. At the end of the day, 90% of box end up broke. They don't have the means. And they had great fights. You think the fans care? Let me buy this guy a snack. No, we talk shit about the people that he made all that money he broke. We talk shit. We don't help out. They employ us from his glory. But after said and done, the lights are over, the ring, everything finished. They don't care about us. So you can't get mad at the man securing his future. The kind of money he's making, he's securing his future. He making a big bag. Whoever advised the kid, hey man, thumbs up. Fuck a roach. Fuck a roach.
Man,
Que pelea con
listen.
Shakur.
Yo,
Let him fight Shakur.
all I got from all that is that he's scared to death. That's all I heard you
No,
saying.
you
Yo,
know,
he's scared of death.
no.
So he needs to go fight this guy because yo, he knew after Roach kicked his ass that Jake Paul back was gonna disappear. So he was like, nah, yo, this dude's gonna beat us up. Like he beat us up in the first fight. They not gonna gift us another draw the second time around. So nah, we're not gonna lose this bag. That's what really happened. Say it what it is.
Okay, what would you advise him to do?
Okay. First I would say Tank.
If you was on Tank's side,
Yeah,
the
I'm gonna be on his side.
representing Tank.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. The first thing I'm gonna say is, yo, Tank, man to man, you had that fight. Y'all went to a draw. Can you beat this nigga? Just tell me that.
Oh wow.
Let me know. Let me know right now. Can you beat this nigga? If Tank tell me yes, I'm like, okay, so let's knock him off the box real quick because this right here is the only slip up that we have in the career. This dude right here is the only one that damaged us, that did something that nobody else done. So let's get him out the way. You could beat him. Let's get him out the way. The Jake Paul bag is gonna be right after. And that's it. We're gonna handle him instead of going straight into the controversy because on his side, I'm gonna understand the backlash from you bypassing the rematch and going into an exhibition fight. But if he tell me no, I can't beat him, fam, then I'm gonna be like, Fuck him. Fuck him. Fuck
I'm the
Roach.
angel.
Just like
I'm the
you. I'm gonna be
angel
just like
in
you.
the other ear
I'm gonna be
and telling Tank, fuck what he's saying. Get that Santa Claus
yo.
bag.
I'm gonna be just
Yes.
like you. Look, I'm gonna be just like you. If he tell me yo, I can't beat him, I'm gonna be like, fuck Roach. Let's go get the bag. But if he could beat him, he told me yo, I could beat him. Let's get him. That
It's
bag is
not the
secure.
fact.
If that bag is secure,
I
we
don't
could
think
get him.
the fact. I think you're putting more onto it or your assumption. I don't think the fact that I can't be Roach. No. It's just the fact is
No,
how
I'm just telling
much
you. I would ask him. I'm not
exhibition,
assuming.
how much.
I'm not assuming, but all
And
I'm saying is you told me to put myself on his team. I'm not assuming anything. You said put yourself on his team. So if I'm on his team, I'ma ask him, man to man, yo, this dude laced you up, son. This dude laced you up. You think you got him in a rematch. Let me know what's good so we know how we're gonna
look,
move.
man.
Cause you got beat up the first time around. I don't wanna get you laced up in
Hey,
a rematch.
a lot of great fighters had their nights off. Floyd, it's rare you could say Floyd had nights off. That's the excellence of Floyd. Floyd, it's hard to say at lights off. But to say that he put hand and beat him up, I think a little bit. He had a tough night. Yeah, I can say that. It was a fight. Roach ain't no damn bum either. It was a fight. But I mean, it's tough. The boxer will be mad at him, but if I'm in his side, I applaud him. Like I said, I keep applauding him, man. And after that, I leave boxing alone after that big back. But how else? Look what time it's 6 o'clock in the morning. You think with all those mills in his bank account, he want to get up in the morning and keep running, keep doing this, making weight and going through this? No, man. That hunger
Well,
cannot be the same.
what you
That
just
hunger
said.
cannot be the same.
Look. What you just said. If you want to do all that, that's what a lot of the great fighters done. That's exactly what a lot of great fighters have done. Is he not a
Well,
great fighter? Just say that then. If he's not a great
who?
fighter, then we can accept. Don't do what great
Tank?
fighters do.
Oh, Tank is special. Tank hit home runs. See, you like to. I love Shakur. I love that. I don't like to see hits. I respect the hits. I like little hits, a double every here and there. I like home runs. Like that shit out the park. That's what I like. We all like that. Oh, Tank give us that. So we cannot just shit on Tank like he gave us that for years. Amazing knocker, ugly knocker. Oh my god. That's what we want to see. That's what we love as boxing fans. That's what we fell in love with Tank. As soon as he has a bad fighter, a bad outing, we talk shit about Tank. He's duck. He's duck. It don't happen. Floyd, he ducked. Canelo, he duck. He duck. When you get to that position, they call you ducking, ducking, ducking. It's business move. It's a business.
It was an accident, my peoples. Listen. I understand that it's a business, but all I'm saying is, if Canelo Alvarez fought William Skull first for a way smaller bag than he's gonna fight Terrence Crawford, why if Canelo got a fight in first and a little bag first by his own doing? Turkey wanted him to fight Bud, and he was like, "Nah, I need a 2 fight deal, family. Let me get this little bag real quick, and then we're gonna fight Crawford after that. We're gonna have to do it like that." And he got what he wanted. So why Tank Davis, who has a scheduled rematch and a planned fight with Jake Paul, decide to skip the rematch? I understand the
Hey,
securing the bag, but
Tank.
what makes him not want to fight if that rematch is gonna be there? Does he think he's gonna get his ass kicked?
Yeah, you good. You give me a prosecutor. You give me a good prosecutor in court. Yeah, that cabrón. You putting pressure on me. You putting full pressure on me. You actually like 10 questions different ways. Listen,
But I didn't ask you different ways. All I'm saying is,
we don't know
it's
the
right
Canelo
there, the facts.
negotiations. Canelo negotiation. We really don't know behind the scenes how much Canelo. I'll give you this much. Canelo want. I want to go. I want to go to Saudi Arabia. Canelo, why don't you go out there and then
Why
fight
Tank
for a
couldn't get two
two-fight
bags?
deal?
Why he couldn't get 2 bags? Why he couldn't avenge the guy that whooped his ass? Why?
Huh?
Tell me that. Hold on 1 second. Yo, Liam, it was by mistake. It was by mistake. So, Camacho, explain to me why. not get a rematch when you have a date scheduled and everything? Do you think you're gonna get your ass kicked? Be honest. We
Hey,
keep it a hundred.
it's like I don't know how much his bag was for Roach or what the negotiation for fight number two. Um, but it's nowhere close to the Jake Paul bag, and that should be the solid reason why he did this. It came from nothing else.
Cause he's scared of death too.
Who? A
Of
Roach?
Rose beating him up again. What you mean? What you mean? We saw what happened in the first fight.
Yeah, yeah.
Had him
I
on his
mean,
knee, had him on his knees, turning his back, running around, looking goofy as hell. What say you? Rose did him
and
in, bro. You know it.
yeah, no. Give him a hard one, and I would do what Tank is doing. That's a smart move. Who the fucking Roach? But then fight, yeah, go fight. That's what be mindset. Let me get this back. Let me get out the game. Let me exit out or get out now. But I mean, I don't know what Tank mindset is. But we're looking at a fighter who had problem outside the ring. We're not talking about that. We're not
But why he
talking about
can't?
the
But why
lifestyle
he
he's living
can't?
right now.
Why he can't get the bag after beating Roach if he think he could beat him?
Maybe that fight could be another tough fight for him. Maybe that could mess up the big bag. The common sense thing is that could probably mess up the big bag.
If he get beat up,
Or if it's a risk. It's a risk. So he did a small move and secured the Santa Claus bag. I would do the same. Listen, Ryan Garcia was talking shit. Oh, WWE. Let them call Ryan Garcia for Jake Paul fight. He's not gonna do it.
of course he gonna do it. He
Let them
wanted to
call.
fight him
Let them call. Yeah. See, it's just certain fighters, man. Why you don't call Shakur? Why didn't you call Shakur out? Jake Paul.
because everybody because you already know Shakur's the boogeyman, bro. Tank
Also,
Davis scared to death of Shakur Stevenson.
why did they call Roach out? Let me fight Roach. He the one who beat Let me fight Roach. He the one.
Yo,
Nobody craved to fight Roach.
listen to
Nobody
this.
craved to fight Roach except Shakur to prove that he better than Tank. But
Listen to this.
nobody.
Listen to this. Listen to this. Shakur already stated that he's either gonna fight Teofimo Lopez next, and if that fight cannot happen, he's gonna fight Lamont Roach. So check this out. Check this out. We're finally gonna see Shakur Stevenson either with Teofimo Lopez or with the guy who whooped Tank Davis's ass. So now when he
Yeah,
fight Roach and he manhandle him, now what? He's gonna manhandle the dude that Tank Davis ducked. That Tank Davis scared to death of. And Shakur's gonna make it look easy on him. You was in a
yeah,
dogfight with
and you
you
know
was in a
what? And I
dogfight
believe
with
he
this
is.
dude.
I believe Shakur would. Yeah, I think Shakur. Yeah, yes. Shakur would shut him out. He gonna hit a
Meanwhile,
bunch of hits. He got a bunch of hits all over the ballpark. And we're gonna sit there for 9 innings and watch a bunch of hits. I mean, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with it. You want to stay there, sit down there culo for three
so
hours and
so
see a bunch of hits.
so when Shakur beat up Lamar Roach, are you gonna understand why is it that Tank is ducking Shakur?
No, I wouldn't say ducking, but I
Tell
understand.
me.
Yeah,
Diablo, loco, a ti te gusta subir la bilirrubina a una. How you
it,
not gonna
it's
say
like
ducking,
normal,
G?
man. You a fighter, Jay. You a fighter. You know that you gotta be at one. You gotta be mind. You gotta be correct, man. When you go in that ring, you taking chances with your life. He going through some outside issues. Could Tank turn off the lights on any of them? Hell yeah. Shakur can knock Tank out. He ain't turning no lights off. Tank will turn the lights on Theo,
What
on
you mean?
Shakur,
Shakur
on
has
Haney.
turn lights off. Shakur has stoppages. What you talking about? He got stoppages in his career. Catch Tank with the right shot, he go to sleep too. Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
Shakur do got body shots, got good hooks. Yeah. He gave him a body shot, take the air out. Yeah, one of those type of knockouts. Yeah.
The right shot at the right time does anybody. Camacho,
That's true. That's true.
let me ask you a question. Now that we already know for sure that Tank Davis is going down with Jake Paul. It's an
Mhm.
exhibition fight. So being
Mhm.
that this is an exhibition fight, I think is the perfect time to ask you, when is your next exhibition fight? Because people been asking me, people want to see you in the ring. I don't know what it is. Let me just say, before you answer that question, I don't know what it is. If you think about it professionally, you've been out for a while, but you've been present, you've been moving, you've been active. How come, even though you haven't been active as a professional fighter, fans ask about you and they want to know what's going on with you? How do you maintain yourself out there like that?
Hey, that's a blessing, man. Tell you, that's a blessing, man. I thank the fans. What the fans, we ain't shit. We nothing. If it ain't people like yourself, Jay, who keep us relevancy, who mention us. 'Cause a lot of boxers don't give thanks to people who do podcasts. You apologize yourself, people in the media. Cause without y'all, we nothing. But yeah, I'm thankful for that, man. Plans the exhibition. I had a lot of things planned, but I have a busy agenda, man. I move a lot, do a lot of things. I dibble and dabble a lot of businesses. So I try to keep myself busy every time outside the ring to cure myself. But
But how?
whenever, man,
But I would say
I was married for
how is
16
it?
years. I was fighting every day for free. I was married 16 years. I was arguing fight every day for free. I said, fuck that, I'm gonna fight, make money. If I'm gonna fight, I'll make money. So
Okay,
if I get a call for a fight with 3 months, I'll get, yeah, hell yeah. I still feel good. I'm sharp. I'm still good.
but check it. Look, Bang Bang Boogie says to my question, yo, because Tel Macho, his father, was one of my favorite and made me a boxing fan. When you was here in the Dominican Republic, me and you was walking the streets of Sosua, and man, people, yo, Camacho, yo, like we couldn't move anywhere without people recognizing you and showing you that love here
Yeah.
in the Dominican Republic, and you haven't fought
Yeah.
professionally in a long time. So all I'm saying is, how do you keep that connection with the fans? And it's your father part of it that they just want to reach out to you because they feel like they see your pops in you.
You know what? It's the Macho Time legacy. He left such an impact in the world of the sport of boxing. But when it comes to the Dominican Republic, that's a little different. The Dominican Republic out there, they know baseball, but the casual won't know who boxing is. So when I got there, Dominican Republic, that's separate. Dominican, like I said, I got love for the island, man. I got love for that people. Um, my job is to keep the legacy alive, man. Keep pushing it. And maybe it's that. Maybe it's that New York swag we hold. Maybe it's that macho-ness in us. But no, it's keep my feet in the ground, always giving thanks, man, always giving back. It could be that, brother. It's a blessing. Tell you the truth. All boys down to God, man. It's a blessing.
I'm gonna tell you something though. You lucked out because you look a lot like your pops. So I think that's part of it too. People see you and they recognize you. They identify with your pops when they see you. It's like, oh damn, damn man, look at this
So
dude.
I don't need no DNA. I don't need no DNA.
Man, fuck you gonna need a DNA for. Come
And
on,
I don't got
man.
the curl. That I'm not in weight no more. But nah, it's just the macho time love. Even now and then I go to the City Boxing Hall of Fame. Shout out to to Ray McClain. All the heavyweight, all these heavyweights, man, all these great fighters. Macho is love, man. It just it's organic, man. I don't know if it's because I've been in the game since small. If they know me, because my father left such an impact, man. Junior Jones, the great fighters in the world that I grew up seeing, and when I see them now, it's love. Like, hey, hey, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I don't know. It's
I'm
love.
telling you, I've seen so many fighters who once their career is up, they're completely detached from the boxing community. It's like that's it. You're over there, so and that's it. And
And most of them are messed up, right?
yeah, yeah, that's true.
So you met that Tank?
But Tank is not messed up. He got money right now. He's gonna make millions. He's gonna keep making millions. He's 30 years old, bro. If you tell me that Tank is 39 and on his way out, I'm like, yo, he gotta get the bag. He gotta hurry up and get it. He's 30 years old. Hector Camacho Jr. What say you? Buen día, mi amor.
Hey, he taking the script off Floyd's. You can knock that. Floyd passed down the recipe to these fighters. You cannot knock that. What's the record now? Like 37, 37-0? If I was him, I'll just cherry pick my way to 15-0 and call me grade 2. Fuck it. You don't owe nothing to the boxing world. You gave us knockouts, highlights, ugly knockout. Leo Santa Cruz, the same Dominicano, Hector.
And you
Lo
didn't give
coño.
us, and you didn't give us a single unification fight. You didn't give us a single fight versus a reigning champion at 135. You didn't give us a single fight versus a pound for pound
Hey,
fighter. You didn't give us a fight against
that
any of the best.
that Jake Paul fight exhibition is all that you talked about included in one bag. All that ain't in one bag of a 10 round exhibition. And let me tell you something else now. When we talk about that, I don't look. I don't want to talk bad about you. We can't talk about Jake Paul right now. He's really attacking people. But let's just say theologically, he lands a right hand. That's a big boy.
Okay.
That's a big boy.
Camacho, Camacho, I'm going to just put it to you like this. You and I both know that's an exhibition fight. Come on, we going to cap like that. An exhibition fight, he gonna land a big hand on Tank and knock him out possibly. In the exhibition, man, they already working on writing that script right now. They know everything that's gonna happen. They might send Tank the choreography like a week ahead of time. You're gonna throw this many
I
punches
get,
per round. You're gonna land in my
I get Jay
stomach. I'm gonna
Smith.
land in.
I always tell you, Jay Smith, and you know a lot about boxing. I always told you that, man. Hey, but hey, you know a lot about boxing, but man. I always told you that, man. Yo, you know what, man? That's a disgusting part of fucking. That's a disgusting part of boxing. That's a disgusting part of boxing. When the fuck that started? When that started? That my father's days. When I just see those people really put that work in, I just see them fight the best. During no time, the contenders were killers. Everybody was a killer ranked. Everybody was a killer. Now, I don't know what happened to boxing. I don't
It's a,
know. But
it's a
like I
different.
said, I applaud any boxer that beat the system. It's not easy to beat the system. They use us and exploit us. When they can't use them all, when they ain't walking with them all, they kick to the side. Next fighter. So any fighter that could beat the system, I'm with them.
I feel. Look, you have a point of view that you're sharing as a fighter when it comes to
Yes.
beating the system.
Not as a
But
fan,
but
as a
but
fighter's
but
point of
but
view.
but for a moment, take off the fighter boots, take off the fighter gloves, and be the average Joe, and be like, what you want to see as the average Joe? Do you want to see Tank avenge the guy that whooped his ass, or do you want to see him do exhibition with a guy nobody respects in boxing?
If you go on YouTube, you want to show a friend an ugly knockout. You go one of Tank's fights, right? Hey, if you want to show a friend of yours. Hey, Mike, you ever seen Tank? You ever seen that? You want to show some fight? What you want to show? Some knockouts, right? You going to show Tank a little cool uppercut, right? He did some amazing shit. The flip off the ropes. The kid did some amazing shit, man. What we shitting on him for?
Yeah, I love it. Yo, my people, so everybody tuning in. Welcome to Boxing for Breakfast. Hector Camacho Jr. over here in the building with JSmiff. And he always do his best to try to raise my blood pressure. But it's all good.
Aye.
I love you, my nigga.
Yeah, no, no. Boxing in a good place right now, man. I don't know if it's like in a good place as far as fights, but in a good place as far as the money, the money. Fighters are making money now. Thanks to Turk, man, Turk's excellency, for he really put on for boxing right now. And the time when boxing needed, the time when boxing was going down. MMA was this, yeah, everything was better than boxing, and they
He,
brought it back up. And
I think there's a lot of positive things to say about what Turkey's doing. There's a few things here and there that I don't like.
yeah,
But
yeah.
for the most part, as far as putting the fights together, the big cards, I love what they did in Times Square. The idea of fighting in Alcatraz, like that's super creative. So I think there's a lot of things that Turkey's doing. However, we don't know that Turkey league how it's gonna play out. What do you think about that? Having his own league with his own belt.
I don't pay mind to that. I don't pay mind to that. I don't really pay mind to that. But something I was thinking about not so long ago. Let's just say Canelo is taking that Superman. I mean Canelo. That Crawford's taking that Superman pill. Even with all that, that should be a hard fight.
Yo, let's just say Canelo's the one doing his thing because he already popped 30. What is you talking about? You see, you stay trying
So
to
they
raise my
both are
blood pressure. I
they
knew
both
it.
are
I
even.
knew it. My
They
people, we
both.
here to raise my
No,
blood
no,
pressure.
no, no,
My blood
no,
pressure.
no. They both are even playing field.
Look,
I
look, look,
understand
look at
that.
my shit. I feel
Anything
my
goes.
heart pumping right there already. Fact. Terrence Crawford never popped dirty in his career, but Canelo has, and served a suspension. You see, so you got a conspiracy.
A slap on the wrist.
You got you a little 6 months, but you got a conspiracy on Crawford. We got facts on Canelo.
Not Neil Crawford. I believe all these fighters in all these stages are
Pain
taking
fighter.
things.
Crawford is a
I think
pain
all the
fighter.
fighters at a certain elite stage, they taking things to help them, enhance their
Every
performance. I think
fighter,
that's
every
the time
fighter,
being.
every
I mean,
fighter.
when you get to that stage, they're taking, Superman supplements.
So
You gotta
so
take
so what kind of
even
supplement?
your favorite fighter.
Oh,
And I
yo,
don't say
it all
Floyd
makes
needs
sense.
that, but
Yo,
if you look at Floyd's
Camacho,
record, he got pop, he got things.
Camacho.
He been taking things that
Yo, what you saying makes perfect sense because when we see all them tank knockouts, definitely taking things. Facts.
no, but that's
Facts.
a mule.
Facts.
Yeah,
He taking some strong things.
no, Tank just a puncher, man. Tank just a puncher. Hey, he just a puncher. Imagine if Shakur Stevens had that puncher power that could take it out the park and turn off the lights. That would be a dangerous man. That would be a Crawford, right?
Shakur Stevenson is a Floyd. Floyd didn't have to turn
Yeah,
off lights to whoop your ass.
yeah.
Shakur
Shakur Stevens,
Stevenson
yeah,
is a Shakur Stevenson is a Pernell Whitaker, bro. Whoop your ass and make it look easy.
that's how. You another conversation I want to get back to, man. When people talk about Crawford wins this, he's the
The
best
greatest
ever.
fighter of this era, for sure.
A what of this era?
Yeah, of this era. Of this
But
era.
when you rate those pound for pound fighters, man, it's hard to say that he goes on top of the James Toney, who don't get the credit he deserves. It's hard to say he goes over the Sugar Ray Leonards. It's hard to say go over the Floyd. I heard so much disrespect that if he beat the fight,
The thing
he
is,
goes
the
over
thing
than
is,
Floyd. Pete
okay,
by carajo.
okay. So the thing is that we have to wait till Terrence Crawford's career is all said and done before we can start having the old time conversation. Although beating Canelo Alvarez already puts him in the old time conversation. We can't put him in a spot. Yeah, we can't say he's on top of all the old time greats or for that one win, right? But what we do have to do when his career finishes, we have to look at his accomplishments and see where they stack up when you put him next to the all-time greats. And I'm telling you, Camacho, he's gonna right now. I'm telling you, beating Canelo is gonna put him top 10. I'm not gonna put him in front of Ali. I'm not gonna put him in front of Sugar Ray. There's people that I can't put him in front of right now. That would be insane.
You put in
But
front of Roy Jones?
I believe that beating Canelo Alvarez is gonna put him top 10. You know why? Because beating Canelo Alvarez, I'm not just looking at that one win. I'm highlighting for you that beating Canelo Alvarez will make him a three-division undisputed champion. Obviously, the only one in history is also gonna make him the only guy in history because there's a couple of fighters who moved up multiple divisions and won. But he'll be the first one in history to move up two divisions and in the first very fight dethrone the world champion, the reigning undisputed world. So this fight has a lot of historical relevance that no fighter has even been involved in because there's never been a two division undisputed champion until right now, right? So nobody has even had the opportunity to fight for three division undisputed. So we really, Camacho, have to weigh in on how big that accomplishment is. Might not seem like as big as it is right now, but when his career is up and we start looking at how many champions he beat, how many reigning champions he beat, how many undisputed champions or multiple belt champions he beat, bro, he's gonna be way more accomplished than a lot of the people that you name. Way like not even close. Like I got mad respect for James Toney. To me, he one of the greats of his era. But right now, without the Canelo fight, his accomplishments don't measure up to Terrence Crawford's right now. If we
Who?
measure up,
Who?
James
Who?
Toney accomplishment don't measure up to Crawford's right now. If we measure the accomplishments, who beat more
Oh,
champions, who won more titles.
if you wanna add those titles and you wanna add those, yeah, I mean that's okay. That's okay.
You see?
Overall, I'm talking about Littles, what's up, Littles? Que tu país,
Remember you.
está mangú, salami y queso, está como quemado, necesita comer algo, un mangú, desayuno, algo. Hey, listen, um, yes, as accomplishment, but as a whole, that's a whole nother subject. As a whole, as a fighter,
But all I'm saying is when you look at, because when we look at the historical relevance, we look at accomplishments. That's why right now, if Shakur Stevenson and Tank Davis retire right now, Shakur's going to be placed better in history. Right now, why?
who?
Shakur's going to be placed better than Tank Davis in history if they both retired right now. Right now, of course. I'm talking about, because remember Camacho, and this is important. When we talk about historical, the money doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to us that Ali didn't make as much money as the guys right now. He's better. It doesn't matter that Oscar De La Hoya didn't make as much money as Tank Davis. Nobody's ever gonna put Tank Davis in front of Oscar De La Hoya. Well, Oscar De La Hoya made 30 mils. But what I'm saying is
Hey,
that
Crawford better than De La Hoya for you, huh?
Crawford better than De La Hoya? Not right now.
For
Not
you?
right now.
Huh?
Not right now. Not right now. No. No. He can't be, because he don't have wins like De La Hoya has. But if he dethrones Canelo, we can now have that conversation, because Oscar De La Hoya never managed to move up two divisions and do something like that. Oscar De La Hoya, in fact, got pummeled at 168, battered. So
Got
he
stopped.
attempted. Listen, Oscar De La Hoya attempted to make that move up there and got beat up, got stopped, in fact. So Crawford would be doing something that Oscar
See,
De La
but
Hoya was not able to.
that's tough, man. Cause we talk
But that's
about
what I'm telling you,
HBO
bro.
after
But
we talk about HBO box after dark fighters now compared to the great fighters back then. We talk about HBO boxing after dark fighters
bro,
now. We talk about
bro,
USA boxing fighters now compared to those fighters. That's not fair.
bro, watch this, watch this. Because you're saying that, but we can easily look at the resume, bro. We can easily look at the resume, and I can show you. Matter of fact, right now, I'ma debunk once and for all the claims that Terrence Crawford resume ain't all that.
Debunk, get
I'ma
counter.
debunk that shit
Debunk.
right now.
Yeah.
Watch this. Watch this quick debunking take place. I'm gonna go all the way back. I want you to think about this. I'm gonna go back 11 years. This is Crawford resume, and I went back 11 years. 11 years ago, Terrence Crawford beat Ricky Burns. Do you remember Ricky
Who that
Burns?
guy? Who
Hold
that
on,
guy? Who that guy, man? Who that
hold on.
guy? Who that guy?
Yo, but you're not gonna let me finish. That's how you're gonna do it. Hold on. Right after that fight, he got undefeated Gamboa. And at that time, undefeated Gamboa, was 23-0, an Olympic medalist. And Terrence Crawford, that's when his star power, when he started
Who was
becoming
undefeated? Gamboa was
Gamboa.
undefeated?
Gamboa was undefeated when Crawford beat him. Don't get it twisted. It's Tank Davis who fought a washed out Gamboa who already been beat up. Crawford fought undefeated Gamboa. I'm showing you the box track. Showing you the box track. So watch this.
No,
Let's
no,
move forward. Let's move forward. Let's move forward. Let's move forward. There's some names here that I'm not even gonna mention because you're gonna cap. But he beat John Molina Jr.
get the fuck out of here. Yeah. Yo, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. It's 7 in the morning. You ain't we working with that shit. And they got up there just get the fuck out of
All
here.
right,
Ay,
all right,
ay, ay.
all right.
It's,
I see how you doing it. I see
you
how you
wake
doing
me
it.
up at
Watch
5 in
this.
the
Watch
morning
this.
to mention me,
Watch
John
this.
Molina Jr. And a lot of respect. Get
Stop.
the fuck out of here.
Stop.
Get the
Stop.
fuck
Wait.
out of here.
Since you're hater mode, now I'm gonna do it like this.
No,
Look,
no.
box.
You ask
Watch this.
anybody here who's John Molina, you
But
think he's a
listen.
soccer player or a
But
wrestler?
listen. But listen. Listen to this. Listen to this.
This
You a
brother
boxer.
said John
You a
Molina.
boxer.
Who
You
that
a
guy,
boxer.
man? Who
Wait.
I seen. I see those spar with a 40-year-old man, and the 40-year-old man was
Nigga
kicking his
don't want to
ass
let
in my
me
gym.
talk because he know he about to get cooked. Let me say this. You a boxer, Olympic gold medalist, former world champion, Felix Diaz, who was 19-1.
John Molina.
Yo, Felix Diaz, go ahead, tell me. Felix Diaz
Huh?
was an Olympic gold medalist who was Felix Diaz was an Olympic gold
He
medalist who was a
signed the
world champion.
pitcher. He signed the closer on the Blue Jays. He sound like a closer, and I know I like Diaz. I like him, but he sound like a closer. You gave me names that what
Can he
supposed to do
fight?
with
Wait,
that?
can he fight? Can he fight? That's what I'm asking you. Can
Yeah, he
Felix,
can
an
fight, but he ain't
Olympic
fucking
gold
no.
medalist?
He ain't
Wait, wait,
messing
wait, 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 wait.
no
Wait,
long arm
time out.
bud. He ain't
Pause.
messing no long arms bud.
Pause.
He ain't messing with
Wait, wait,
bud.
wait. Camacho, I want to say this because you said give me a name. I want to say this. I want to say this right now. The whole point of the fighters that I'm pointing out in Crawford's resume is to show you and everybody that he ain't fighting no bums. That he's been fighting good
No,
fighters. So I'm
no. You
not
know what
asking
you
you. Wait, wait,
messed
wait,
up
wait,
in?
wait. Wait, I'm not asking you if these fighters are famous or if they have a name. It's only a simple question. Can he fight? Terrence Crawford fought undefeated gold medalist, Olympic gold medalist, former champion with only one loss, Felix Diaz. So what I'm asking you is, can Felix Diaz fight? Did he beat a good
Oh
fighter
yeah,
right
yeah.
now?
No, that kid can fight, but yeah, Dominicano can fight. He can fight.
Come
He can
out.
fight.
Come
But
out. All right.
he caught
All
him
right.
young. I mean,
Watch
I
this.
don't
Watch
know.
this.
He could fight as an amateur, right? We could say as an
He
amateur,
became
he
a
was
world champion as
excellent.
a professional. He became a world champion as a professional
I
and only
think he
had
did.
one loss.
How many fights he had? How many fights he had? Like
He was 19-1. World champion.
that's about
One
right.
loss.
They threw him in the cage early. They threw him in the cage earlier.
But he
Yes,
was a
yes.
world champion with only one loss. A guy who can fight. So watch this. Felix Diaz, right? Right after Felix Diaz, he fought undefeated reigning champion Julius Indango, the African dude. Now, as a fighter, can you tell me that an undefeated champion that he beat is that a good fighter or an average Joe? You as a fighter, you think a guy becomes the WBO world champion just because casual fans could get away with that shit. But you a fighter,
What's his name? What's his
Julius
name?
Indango. He was 22
Let
and
me
0
fight.
world champion when Crawford beat him. Can he fight? All right. Since you didn't watch him fight, it's not fair to make you assume. But you can make the assumption as a fighter. But cool. Jeff Horn was 18-0, coming off of beating Manny Pacquiao. World champion, reigning world champion. Is that a good win? Is that a good fighter?
Es
A
un
reigning world
bulto.
champion who beat
Es un
Pacquiao.
bulto. Es un bulto. That dad John Horn. They gave him that fight out there Pacquiao. I, I don't know why Top Rank did it. I think it was the end of Pacquiao. Contra Pacquiao wanted out. I don't know what happened there, but we all know what happened. It was a fumble there.
All
Nigga,
right.
he said,
Let me ask you a
he
question.
said Jeff
Let me ask
Horn.
you a question. Let me ask you a question.
He said
I
the
watched that
trumpet
fight.
player.
Wait, wait. I watched that fight. I watched that fight with Jeff Horn and Pacquiao. And it was a good competitive fight. That thing could have even gone either way. But the question is, based off of that fight he had with legend Manny Pacquiao, the question to you is, can Jeff Horn fight Macho Camacho Jr.? Would you say somebody who can fight? Or Crawford beat a bump in Jeff Horn?
Who's that guy? I seen a
I'm not asking
40-year-old
you about his
man in the
popularity.
gym
But I'm not asking you
sparring,
about.
beat his ass.
You keep trying to refer to popularity. I'm not asking you if he's famous or a big name. I'm
Yeah,
asking you, can he
that's what
fight?
makes. That's what. If you talk about greats, Michael Nunn, he Tony, Michael Nunn,
But you're making a different
McCullum.
point. You
Those are
don't want to
greats. When
acknowledge.
you mention
Okay, watch
fighters,
this. Watch
mention
this.
great fighters he beat. I
I'm
want
gonna
to hear
give you what
fighters
you
he
want.
beat. That's great.
I want to give you what you want. I'm gonna give you what you want. Amir Khan. Hate on him. Amir Khan, go ahead.
What about Amir Khan?
You don't know who he is? Because you've been telling me, I don't know
But
who
what
that is. I don't know who that. You don't know Amir
I
Khan?
like no, I like Amir Khan when he fought Crawford.
Well, Crawford stopped him. What's up?
That was after he
What's
got
up?
baptized by Canelo, or that was
What's
before.
up? Okay, Crawford stopped him. Oh, wait. So now you're saying when I do find you a name, you're gonna diminish it. That's what you're gonna do?
No, I'm gonna debunk
Ah.
the bullshit.
So
I'm
you know Amir
debunking the
Khan, but you're like, oh,
bullshit.
but this one I'm gonna diminish it though. So Amir Khan, okay, Amir Khan, you're diminishing it. Kell Brook, you don't know him either. World
Yeah,
champion,
no, Kell
you
Brook
don't know
is
Kell
solid. He
Brook.
was solid.
He was
Kell
solid.
Brook
All
is
right.
solid.
So Amir Khan, Kell Brook, Sean Porter, you don't know him either. You
Yeah.
don't know him.
Uh, Hey,
What
are
you say
you
about Sean Porter?
comparing?
What you say about two-time world champion Sean Porter?
He's a Hall of Famer?
He just retired. He's gonna be probably, maybe, I don't know.
Vete pa'l carajo. Are
So, but
those
what you say you
fighters?
don't know?
Are you
You
comparing
told
them
me to
fighters,
tell
Hall
you,
of Fame fighters?
Camacho.
You
You
compare
told me to
fighters
tell
with
you
a Hector
names,
Camacho,
bro.
the
Wait,
Julio
wait,
Cesar
wait,
Chavez,
wait,
the
wait,
Roberto
wait, wait,
Duran?
wait, wait,
You
wait, wait.
compare
Did
Porter
you
with
just
those legends?
wait? Did you just first tell me to tell you names, and now you move the goalpost to if they Hall of Famers? That now you moved a new goalpost? God damn, bro. Tell me that from the
Hell with the
beginning.
goalposts.
It's like you
He's
moving.
hell with the
My boy
goalposts.
first said, "Who are they? Who they don't got names?" Now he's saying, "Nah, bro, but they not Hall of Famers." Come on, bro, stop it, stop it, stop it. And Sean
No,
Porter might
no.
be a Hall of Famer. We don't know. He just retired, but he's a name. I'm. You say give me names. That's exactly what I'm giving you. Next up, Errol Spence. Go ahead. What you got for Errol Spence? How many
I
names?
lost a lot. I lost a lot of money in that fight. I thought Spence gonna walk. That's when I finally respected Crawford. When he beat the brakes off, that's when I said, "Oh wow!" And you told me that. You told me that
Yeah.
before that fight happened. I was a high on Spence. I'm high. You walk him down basic. He's good basic. Hey, Crawford beat the brake. Hey, surprised me. I respect Crawford because of that. But
So look at the names.
if
Look
you
at
look,
this. Look at
that's
this.
really the only fight we could say, damn.
I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. Now you hating. Look, I tell you
No.
Amir Khan. Look, I tell you Amir Khan. You got a reason to put him down. I tell you Kell Brook. Oh yeah, that's a good win. I tell you Sean Porter.
Man, you
Oh,
said
he
Jeff
a Hall
Horner
of
to
Fame.
me.
I tell
You
you
said
Errol
Jeff
Spence.
Horner, Joe
So look at those
Molina.
names. Look at those names that's gonna be in Crawford resume right now. Multi-division world champion Amir Khan. Multi-division world champion Kell Brook. uh, Two-time world champion Sean Porter, three-belt champion Errol Spence, and next Canelo Alvarez. Now that I said all that, go ahead, tell me the Hall of Famers that James Toney beat. And I know he beat some, but tell me the names of the Hall of Famers he beat to see how many it is.
Well, I gotta go on like you did. I gotta go
So
and do
you
my
gotta go
research.
check.
And
If you gotta go check, then you can't be
well,
asking about Terrence Crawford Hall
hey,
of Famers when you don't even
you
know about
know,
this new Hall of Famers.
it's a lot. Just to start off, he beat the undefeated Michael Nunn, who was a bad boy.
Bro, half of the people in this chat don't even know who Michael Nunn is if they see him in a picture. Hold that down. You the one talking about stars. Michael Nunn wasn't a star like that, and these people don't even know who that is if they see his face. Hold that. If you right now, if I Google a picture of Michael Nunn right now and show it, most of the people not gonna be able to say who that is. And you talking about, oh, but for Crawford, you need stars. Guess what? Amir Khan is the biggest star that Michael Nunn ever was at any point in his whole career. Sean Porter's the biggest star than Michael Nunn. Obviously, Canelo Alvarez, I don't even got to say.
Ah,
Errol Spence is the biggest star than Michael Nunn.
ah.
What are we doing?
Sean
What are we
Porter better
doing?
Michael
All we
Nunn.
do is Crawford be bigger star. Look how easy. I'm gonna make it easy for you. Amir Khan is a bigger star than Michael Nunn. Kell Brook is a bigger star than Michael Nunn. Sean Porter a bigger star than Michael Nunn. Errol Spence a bigger
Este
star than
puta
Michael Nunn.
loco pa' carajo,
Canelo
man.
Alvarez a big. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? If you
You know
not
what?
our age, most people not our age don't even know Michael Nunn, bro. Come on now. Who talking about Michael Nunn?
You love Crawford, huh? You love him.
So when I break,
Hey, you love him. You love him. I cannot win.
no, Bam
I
Bam
like
Boom.
Crawford. I don't love Crawford. I like Crawford and I respect him. And what he's doing is wow. But the fact of it is, you asking me a question when I think about it, that's hard to say when people like I hear people say, yeah, he better than Floyd. Yo, no,
Let me ask you a
whoa.
question.
They gotta pump the brakes.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. And this is, and by the way, I gotta say, Michael Nunn was a great fighter. That is a
Oh,
fact.
great.
But he wasn't a
Great.
big star
But
like that.
you have to be born in the real boxing era, not the today's era that you no. Two different eras. A lot of people know who Macho Camacho with, then they see him fight. But when you see that work of art, like God damn, he changed boxing. Yo, it's a lot of fighters that you have to be there to see. They were great. You can't compare to today's HBO box after dark fighters. We just can't. It's not fair. It's not fair. You compare Sean Porter Hall of Famer in the same Hall of Fame classes as the Chavez, as the Macho Camacho. Hell the fuck not. Pump the brakes. Pump the brakes. Pump the brakes. You
Some
can't
of these,
compare them
some,
with the Carlos Monson, with
some
the
of these guys,
Duran.
some of these
You gotta
guys,
pump the
some of
brakes.
these guys are facing better opponents. Nobody that you naming has even tried to do what Crawford is trying to do and moving up two divisions and dethrone the face of boxing. That's bigger than anything all those guys ever attempted. What are we talking about? Holla at me. So you seen greatness and you don't want to acknowledge it, bro. There was greatness in
No,
the
no.
past. There was greatness in the
When he
past, but there's
beats him,
greatness going down right now.
then I can say, wow, that's greatness. If he beats Canelo, wow. He will surprise me. If he beats Canelo, wow. Then we have to wait after the fight. If he beats Canelo,
Jay Will, let me ask you a question real quick. Jay Will, I want to clarify something because a lot of fans say this about fighters who moved up two weights. Jay Will, Leonard did not move up and fight Hagler right away. A lot of people don't know that. He actually fought like one or two tune-ups first and then fought Hagler. So he acclimated himself to the weight class by fighting other opponents and then fought Hagler. What Terence Crawford is doing, jumping up two divisions and going straight for the killer, that ain't never been done.
huh?
Even
Pacquiao,
Duran.
Pacquiao didn't do no shit.
Listen,
Pacquiao didn't
listen,
do
listen,
nothing.
listen.
Roy
A lot of
Jones
people
didn't do
don't know
nothing.
this. Listen, a lot of people don't know this. Even Duran moved up two divisions, and when he moved up, he fought like he fought two fights and then fought Sugar Ray Leonard. So there's people that say, nah, but Duran moved up two divisions and beat Leonard. No, he moved up two divisions, fought two tune-up type of fights, and then fought Leonard. Nobody's ever done what Crawford is attempting to do. So you see, Camacho, if Crawford is attempting to do that nobody in the history of boxing has accomplished, where do you rank him with that type of accomplishment, bro? You
I
cannot take
guess we have
away such a monumental historic accomplishment by saying, no, but look at all these things that these guys did. None of them guys did that shit. None of them guys did that.
in this era. You might, yeah,
In no
yeah.
era, nobody did that. But in the era that you're talking about, no guy jumped up two divisions and dethroned a world champion. In no era. This is
Roy
history
Jones didn't
that
do
is
something great.
horrible.
Roy
Huh?
Jones didn't jump up to something great. Didn't Roy Jones jump up to be the heavyweight champion?
What are we, what are we
Didn't
talking
Roy
about?
Jones jump up to become heavyweight champion?
He jumped up one division.
Huh? Where Roy started from? Started from middleweight, became world champion, heavyweight. Pacquiao from.
No, but he
I mean,
moved up
things has been
slowly.
done, but in this
Jay Will, his
magnitude,
first fight was Hagler. Oh, okay, then I was confused about that.
we have to wait to the fight over
I
with
think maybe
to then rate his performance. I'm like, damn, yeah, yeah. If he beats Canelo, if he beats Canelo, that's tough.
and a
That's a
quick
tall
fact
order.
check. A quick fact check. A quick fact check. Roy Jones went from light heavyweight to heavy, and he fought the quiet man. That guy was a bum.
He
Now
fought
he
a
was he
heavyweight.
was he was okay. He was okay. He was okay. The guy
Uh,
was not the Puerto Rican champ. He was okay.
they call him the quiet man. There was a quiet man.
It was the quiet man. Yeah. But let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Terence Crawford beating Errol Spence. Would you say that is the biggest win of this
Hell yeah.
era?
Well, it shocked me when you got two pound fighters
So
at the
watch
top,
this. So watch this.
and one walks right through
Imagine,
him. Yes.
imagine, imagine if he got the biggest win of this era, and then a couple of years after that, once again he get the second biggest win of this era. Name one of the fighters that you mentioned, all of these greats, that you can even say that about. We're talking about the best win of the whole era, and then you do it again. Bro, I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you,
We
bro.
have to see the performance and we have to see the fight before we go to that route.
Before we go that route, but all I'm telling you is that Terrence Crawford is going down in history, and it's look. I don't want to say below top 10. I don't want to say they get 5, 4. I don't want to go there because I also want to respect certain fighters. That's like yo, I can't put them in front of y'all. I understand that, but for sure, top 10 Camacho. I'm telling you, and then you have to understand he already floated the idea of possibly fighting again at 154. Now you got to factor in, hola Ryan. Now you got to factor in the possibility of him coming back and winning or accomplishing more at 154. That would even start adding more to the legacy, to the accomplishment. Bro, there's a lot of accomplishments to account for. I'm gonna put it to you like this: there's a lot of accomplishments right now that there's a lot of accomplishments that Terrence Crawford has right now that nobody in the top 10 has. Nobody that you put in the top 10 has been undisputed multiple times. That right there alone. More undisputed in multiple divisions. Nobody in the top 10 been undisputed in multiple divisions. Then you have to
That
start
question
factoring.
gonna always come up, but who did he fight? The resume. You always gonna hear that. That's always gonna hear that until this
But
fight is over. But you always gonna
look.
hear that.
But let me say that. But that's gonna be an argument about popularity, and you know why? Because está bien, está bien. I'm gonna tell you that's gonna be about a popularity argument. Why? Amongst casual fans, because for example, you and me know Felix Diaz, and we know the quality of fighter he is. But because he's not popular, the casual fan can say, "Oh, he a nobody, he a nobody." But it's not about him being a nobody. I know. I watched the guy fight. He's an Olympian. He's a guy that got speed, that can fight, that can get rugged on the inside. He beat a real good quality fighter. So the casual fan, they could get away with that shit. Like, oh, he a nobody. But if me and you know Felix Diaz, we can't say that he beat a nobody. We know he beat a real quality opponent in that.
Did or has you can probably say he could. Did Felix Diaz mature yet? When that fight happened, was he mature? He was just starting his career. He was still young, right? What, 26, 25? He's a good fighter, excellent fighter.
I
Good
mean,
southpaw.
but
With,
both of them was
with,
around the same age,
with
bro.
decent power. Decent power. Yeah, Felix is okay.
¿Tú me entiendes? He beat a good. So, but that's what I'm trying to tell you. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. Fans say he beat a bunch of nobodies, and they don't understand the quality of these so-called nobodies, bro.
Hey,
Me
but
and you understand it. He not fighting bums,
and with
Camacho. He not fighting
but you
bums.
mentioned guys like John Molina, and you mentioned guys like that. Diaz,
Because
Diaz,
because
we
because
know
as a
Diaz as
fighter,
fighter, but nothing great.
I'm disappointed in your reaction when I mentioned John Molina, because you as a fighter should know that the guy's not a bum. That the guy doesn't have a losing record, that the guy's not out there just getting beat up by anybody. That's a quality opponent. That's not a guy that's gonna step up there, and if you're not good, you're gonna get beat by John Molina. This guy's a former world champion, bro. You acting like it's some bum. Why? Because he's not a superstar? As a champ, as a fighter, Camacho, as a guy who held the title, it wasn't a major, but you held the title. You know how hard it was for you to fight and earn that. So you know how hard it is for you to climb up.
I
You know
want
how
you
hard it
later
is to
on
climb up and
to
grab a
go
belt.
watch John Molina's fights again. I want you to go watch John Molina's fights again, and
I'm
we're gonna
telling
have this
you,
conversation again.
watch John Molina. This dude can fight. And he was putting up a good fight, but Terrence Crawford a special fighter. But if you look,
Yeah.
all I'm saying
No,
is, if
no,
you
Bud is special. Bud is special. He proved to be special. Yeah, he is special.
look at this, look at this. Let me show you something so you can see. Floyd Mayweather, in his entire career, he fought a whopping total of two or three undefeated fighters. I can't remember the number exactly off the top of my head right now. Yo, chat, if y'all can help me out, it's two or three. Ricky
Wow.
Hatton, Diego Corrales, and I forgot who else. But
Well,
check
Floyd?
this out.
No,
Check this.
Floyd career was excellent.
No, no, no,
Excellent.
no. I'm not saying
Excellent.
otherwise. I'm not saying otherwise. But you know, as a fighter, that an undefeated opponent is always a question mark. Like sometimes there's guys that you don't know, you never heard, and they turn out to be man good, and they pull off upsets. They come out of nowhere. Oh shit, who the hell is this? Look at Bakram, Mortasaliev Bakram. A lot of us didn't know him, and he absolutely destroyed, pummeled Tim Tszyu. Le metió la mano, beat him up. And we didn't know him,
Yeah.
came out of nowhere. So an
Yeah.
undefeated opponent that you don't know is a question mark, right? Floyd didn't risk it that many times with undefeated opponents. Watch this. This is Terrence Crawford. Watch this. Andre Kilo, that was in 2013, was 16-0. Watch this. Gamboa was 23-0. Julius Ndango, 22-0. Jeff Horn. Watch this. That was three undefeated opponents back to back. Julius Ndango, 22-0.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
So listen to this. He fought three undefeated fighters back to back. Watch this. Julius Ndango, 22-0. Jeff Horn, 18-0. Jose Benavidez, 27-0. Then he went to Kavaliuskas, 21-0. Then he went to Errol Spence, 28-0. Then he went to Madrimov, his last fight, 10-0. So in other words, Terrence Crawford has over 10. He a donut killer. He be taking O's. He's taking a lot of
Donut
O's in
killer.
his career. A lot of fighters don't do that, bro. They don't face undefeated opponent because there's that question mark.
No, that is true. And Crawford, nothing was given to him. Nothing was handed to him. No, no, no. That much is correct. Nothing was given to him. He earned it. No, that much is correct. He's a dog. Yeah, 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 yeah.
He's headed for the top five all time. And then,
That's
look, look,
tough.
look. I already said top 10. But if he keeps accomplishing after Canelo, is gonna have to be better than. Matter of fact, beating Canelo might even put him top five.
And you
Top five.
talk that fight with confidence, like no problem. Bug on you walk through Canelo. Wow. Oh,
He's
wow.
gonna
Wow.
beat Canelo Alvarez, bro. I'm trying to tell you. I've been trying to look. You saw what happened, and if you understand it, chat. I'm telling you guys too. If you start to embrace the fact that Terrence Crawford is gonna put the Swiss, the Dre, and the Apple beats on Canelo, if you embrace that understanding, then it's gonna be less painful for you when it happens. Because you remember how you felt that pain when Errol Spence was getting beat up. I felt sorry for Arrow, bro. But I told you Bart was gonna win. I was feeling sorry. By the seventh round, like, damn, yo, damn. So you wanna have
Hey,
that sensation? You wanna have that sensation again that you felt like, man, this dude getting beat up. You're gonna have that sensation again. So just embrace what I'm telling you.
that's a tough one. That's a tough one. You're saying top five all time. That's a tough one. That's accomplishments. Um, and that's tough, man. Even when I hear people say that, even beating Canelo, that's tough to say. Yeah, Crawford better than Floyd. That just whoa,
You gotta,
whoa,
you gotta, you
disrespect.
gotta
That's
listen.
disrespectful.
Listen, you gotta start at some point. You gotta start measuring up accomplishments. Floyd was never undisputed in his career, not once. It's the third time, but it's about to be undisputed. And you know what's the thing? What it tells you about Floyd never being undisputed? That when he was champion in divisions, he never fought the other champions. He just fought somebody else. Because if he would have fought the other champions, he would have became undisputed. He never did in his entire career, bro. 50 fights, never undisputed. Why? He ain't never tried to fight the other champions in his own division. Terrence Crawford, three division undisputed, bro. Three. You know what's three division undisputed?
No,
That
no, no,
means,
that's tough. That's tough. That's never
yo,
been done. That's tough. That's tough.
es lo que yo te digo, que
That's
You
tough.
have
That's
to,
tough.
at some point, rather than compare popularity, we're gonna have to compare accomplishments too. And Terrence Crawford accomplishments measure right up there with the best of them, with the greatest of all time. Right
Yeah,
now,
but
even
that's like
before the Canelo
that's
fight,
not fair though. Average,
it
that's
is
not
fair. It
fair.
is one
There's
hundred
no
percent
way you
fair.
can say that.
One hundred
You
percent
put him
fair.
if he beat
Let
Canelo,
me ask you a
you put him on
question.
top of
Watch
Hagler.
this.
You put him on
I'm
top of Hagler
gonna
if he
show
beats
you.
Canelo.
I'm gonna prove to you that it's 100% fair. Watch this. I'm gonna prove to you that it's 100% fair. Through no fault of Roy Jones Jr., he fought a real good part of his career in a division where there wasn't a lot of names, where there wasn't a lot of stars. Not his fault. But let me ask you a question then. You put Roy Jones up there with the greatest of them. Tell me the big stars in the Hall of Famers that Roy Jones beat.
That was
Cause I'm gonna tell
unfair
you
in
right now.
times.
I'm gonna tell you right now. That heavyweight, he ain't no Hall of Famer. So
That's
you can't even
unfair.
mention
That's
him.
unfair. That was
Quiet
unfair because
man ain't no heavyweight. Ain't no Hall of
Roy
Famer.
was a superb. No, that's
I know,
accomplishment.
but tell me the Hall of Famers he
That's
beat.
a bud.
But tell
That's a
me the Hall of
bud.
Famers. But tell me the
That
Hall of
that's
Famers.
a bud. That's what he did. That's a bud.
All I'm
That's a
saying
bud.
is, you tell me now.
Accomplishment.
But you tell me the Hall of Famers that Roy Jones Jr. beat. Yeah.
He beat Hopkins. He beat Johnny. He beat
Okay. Yeah.
He beat decent fighters coming up.
You talking about decent fighters, but I just showed you decent fighters that Terrence Crawford beat coming up. So, it looks like Roy Jones and Crawford career looks similar now because look what you're saying. Oh, he beat decent fighters coming up. So, so,
Hey,
so
so
Diaz,
you put in
so Diaz.
Crawford on top of Hagler. You put in Crawford on top
Did
of
Roy Jones
Duran.
beat
You put in.
Hagler? Did Roy Jones beat Hagler? You changing the subject now. Roy Jones didn't beat Hagler, so you can't bring up all
Like
these
I said,
fighters that didn't
I
fight each
said
other.
if you, I'm saying
Hold on.
you
I'm
putting
comparing
Crawford on
Crawford.
top of
Wait.
these guys.
I'm
Oh,
comparing Crawford to Roy Jones Jr. because we consider Roy Jones Jr. an all-time great. So I'm asking
Roy's
you,
great, man. That's
if you
tough.
put, look, if you put that measuring stick on Terrence Crawford, how many Hall of Famers he beat? Then I'm asking you, how many Hall of Famers Roy Jones beat? Because he didn't have Hall of Famers around him to beat. So there you
This nigga
have it.
acting like you act like you on Crawford's payroll. I gotta do my investigation on you, homie. 'Cause yeah. You cross examine me. You prosecuted me. Yeah. Listen, man. Listen. That just tough. It's just tough to say. It's tough. Maybe like the fight ends. If you beat the Brave Canelo, which I doubted, then wow. But that's tough to say. And people saying it like nothing. Yeah, he better than Floyd. He beat like that's unbelievable. Whoa. So Chavez fighters, they were great. The Rand, they were great. Trinidad, they were great. Rayland, they were great fighters. Great fighters. How
But
you gonna
none of
know,
them
man?
move up
It's
to a division and
everything.
dethrone a champion.
Nah,
None
none
of
of
them did
them.
what Terrence
None of them.
Crawford doing.
No.
What? What you gotta say?
But
None of them
didn't
did
did
what he doing.
hold on? Didn't
That
Shane
makes him
Mosley
the
did that?
greatest.
Didn't Shane Mosley went up to weight divisions and beat Oscar from lightweight and beat him at welterweight?
Um, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not
Great
sure.
fighters, man. I mean, it's really unfair, man, when you say those kind of things, because we talk about great fighters from the '89.
But
Those
you
are
know that
great fighters, man.
Sugar Shane Mosley wasn't undisputed in multiple divisions, right?
No, no, a lot of fights didn't do that. A lot of fights did not do that, man, at all. But there wasn't no. What that guy you mentioned name?
And
The
they didn't win
Modango guy,
titles.
the
They didn't win
African
titles.
guy.
They didn't win titles in as
What's the
many
guy
divisions.
he beat?
What's the guy that I
What
named? Amir
undefeated
Khan.
guy he beat
I named
Africa?
Amir Khan, Sean Porter, Errol Spence.
Oh my God, oh my God.
Amir Khan, Sean Porter, Errol Spence, Kell Brook. Holla at me. What you got for that? That's four names right there I got for you. Go ahead, tell me what you got. Amir
Well,
Khan, Errol Spence, Sean Porter, Kell Brook, and now Canelo Alvarez. That's five names. What you got for me? Take your time.
what you want me to tell you?
Name five of Roy Jones names. Name five of Roy Jones. I gave you five of Crawford. Name five of Roy Jones.
What world champion that he beat?
But I'm
Maybe
telling
Virgil
you.
Hill that was a solid fighter. You don't even know who Virgil Hill is. Probably
Oh,
all the young folks.
you see, nobody know him. So for Crawford, they gotta know him, but for Roy Jones, they don't
It's
gotta
it's
know him.
different.
You
It's
cap. I
different
caught you
eras,
slipping.
man.
caught you slipping. For other fighters,
Oh,
you name
this nigga
decent dudes
course.
that they
This
beat
nigga,
that nobody
you the
knows.
prosecutor. I
You
don't.
see that?
You put me
You
on
see
the
how you
spot.
do it?
You the
No, you slick.
prosecutor.
No, you slick. For Crawford, you dismantle his opponents by saying they nobody, and then for other fighters, you like, yeah, but he beat decent fighters. Decent fighters, they decent. What are we doing over here?
Virgil Hill wasn't good,
What are we doing
but
here?
DJ generation will
Who
know
is
about
he? He
Virgil
not a
Hill.
star. He not a star. You mentioned Virgil Hill. Who the hell is he, bro? I don't even remember his face no more, bro.
That's the sad thing.
His
That's why
face, I don't
it's
even
tough
remember it
to
no more.
compare the average. It's tough
What
to
are we
compare the
talking
average,
about?
man.
What are we talking about? Juan Molina was better than Virgil Hill and more accomplished, and you hated
Who?
on him. John
Who?
Molina, better than
And
Virgil
John
Hill, more
Horn too.
accomplished. Virgil Hill
And
was
John Horn
nobody.
too, man. And John Horn. And that guy that Trump just sent back to Africa. What's his name? The guy he
Bunch
beat
of
in the second world
nobodies.
title fight.
You give credit to other fighters when they fight nobodies. You give Roy Jones
Hey,
credit for beating pizza delivery drivers, and then Crawford beat a guy that was an
Virgil.
Olympic gold
Hey,
medalist.
Virgil
An
Hill was
Olympic gold
solid.
medalist, and you're like, nah, yo, that guy, he's an Olympic gold medalist who was a world champion. Yeah, that's an I win. And then
Who Diaz?
Roy Jones beating Uber drivers, and you saying that was I. They cool.
Yo, my
Man,
man.
please.
Then I'm surprised about
Bro,
that.
Roy
You know
Jones
who
beat a
Virgil
guy
Hill
that was a
is?
police. Roy
You know
Jones
who
beat a
Virgil
guy that
Hill
Roy
is?
Jones beat a guy that
Virgil
was a
Hill was a
police
great
officer.
fighter.
Bro, I know
Virgil Hill was
Virgil
a
Hill,
good fighter.
a good fighter who never held a world title, and
Who
Diaz
Virgil
held
Hill? He was world champion, Virgil Hill. Two
not
times,
when
I
Roy Jones
believe.
beat him. When Roy Jones beat him, no,
Before that, I
no,
believe.
no, he wasn't a champion when he fought Roy Jones. He was not.
Oye, manito, me don't falta respeto, man. The old
Okay,
school boxing
but okay,
fans,
but all I'm
you
asking you,
said they
look,
Like Virgil
look.
Hill. Like, wow, that's a
Listen to
good name,
this.
accomplished
Listen to this.
names.
Listen to this. Listen to this. I watch Roy Jones Jr. career from beginning to end. I
He
follow.
was great. He was
So
good. He was
so
great.
so listen to this. So listen to this. Roy Jones, because of the division that he fought in, he fought a lot of years of his prime versus nobodies. Nobodies, people that you never heard of, I never heard of, we don't know about. He fought, yo, I remember he fought a dude that was a police officer, bro. A police officer got a shot at Roy Jones Jr. and he got knocked out. So all I'm telling you is,
Who's
all
that?
I'm
Rick
telling you
Frazier?
is,
I think
all
his
I'm
name was
telling you
Frazier.
is, all I'm telling you is,
Kick out
Roy Jones Jr. done knocked out the commissioner. I don't know, some shit like that. Pero
That's his name. That was his name. That was his name. That was his name. I think Frazier. Kick out He went back to the. He went
bro,
all the way down. Took that out
my
the
memory
bag.
good.
Kick out
Yo, the memory's good, my G.
That's
So
about right.
entonces, so
That's
entonces,
about right.
for a lot of dudes, and we don't knock him for that because we understand that he was a great fighter. He fought the options in front of him, and then when he got those fights, when he got the James Tony, he beat him. When he got the what else he beat? He got a couple of Roy Jones don't got a lot of those big names that you be asking for Crawford to have. He don't. Look it up. He got names that some of us hardcore boxing fans could be like, oh yeah, this dude, man, Virgil, come on now.
Lou Duval?
Ay Dios mío, de que Luther Val. You show me a picture of him, I don't even remember him no more. When's the last time you heard somebody say that name out their mouth? Lou DeVal. When's the last time
That's
somebody
old
said that
school.
name out their
Hey,
mouth?
you gotta be our age to know the boxing. You gotta be see that's the unfair part because you gaslighting anybody who watch you because they know about this generation with the
How I'm
internet. Yeah, this
gaslighting? How I'm
generation.
gaslighting? How am I gaslighting?
Because
Bro,
a lot of these people don't know deep
hold on, hold on,
into
hold
the
on, hold on,
boxing when I
hold on,
mention fighters.
hold on. So all I'm saying is that there's a lot of fighters who are great fighters who didn't have the option to fight a lot of stars because there simply wasn't a lot of stars in their division that they fought. So Roy Jones is an all-time great. We acknowledge him because he got when he finally got some of those, he beat him. When he got the James Tony, he beat him. He did it convincingly. So that's why we say he's great. But there's a lot of fighters, a lot of wins in his resume, Camacho, that you know you would not label as a great win. That
Crawford better
win, That
Crawford
win
better
against
put out Whitaker too, right?
look, that
Crawford
win
better put
against
out Whitaker.
that win against the police officer, that wasn't a great win, right? Or you're gonna say, yo, beating that police officer, man, he 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 made the
I don't
streets
know.
safer. Why you think he made the streets
Qué
safer?
feliz. Que saca police officer.
Dímelo, no te voy a qué fue lo que él hizo. He made the streets safer by
Yeah,
beating up that
he
police
put a
officer.
police. Yeah. He did find a police officer. I think it was Frazier. I believe that. Yeah. You're right about that. Hey, that's a question. So, in your eyes, your boxing eyes, he's better than Whitaker, Crawford. He's
That
ranked
Pernell
higher than
Whitaker,
Pernell Whitaker.
he's more accomplished. I can't say better yet. I gotta wait for his career to be over. But he is more accomplished than Pernell Whitaker right now. Better, I can't say that. It wouldn't be fair to say that. I gotta
So
wait.
you put him in front of Marvin Hagler.
In front of Marvin Hagler, no. There's a few fighters that I can't put him in front of. That
You
I
said top
can't.
five. You said top five.
No.
Give me your top five.
I said after if. Well, he's gonna beat Canelo. I don't know why. I cannot say if. I can't bring myself to say if he beat Canelo because I know he's gonna beat him. So after he beats Canelo, then I say we have to. I can make the argument for top five after he beats Canelo, but not right now.
Depends on the performance. Yeah, depends on the performance. Hundred
If
percent
he
correct.
move, listen, if he move up two divisions and that's what I'm telling you he's gonna do, which is it's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be a competitive fight, but come on, come on. It's gonna be a good competitive fight, but by the time they get to the 10th round, Terrence Crawford is gonna start taking over. He's gonna start dictating the pace, that height and reach. Those height and reach advantages are gonna be noticeable. We're gonna see it. We're gonna see it in play. We're gonna see. Look, Camacho. We're gonna see Canelo getting set up as he's trying to go on the inside. Because a lot of people don't see that. They just say Canelo's big, but he got some short
But,
ass arms. Canelo's
but
one
is
of the guys
strong.
with the
But is a
short
wrestler.
ass
But is
arms.
strong. He's strong. But is strong in the inside push.
Look, B-Roll absolutely dominated Canelo by using that reach on him. Canelo just couldn't get on the inside and use that body attack effectively like he normally does. While Crawford has longer reach than Dimitri Bivol. That jab is gonna be in his face all night long, bro. Getting punched in the face. You know how many punches Canelo gonna take just trying to get on the inside? Just like he did with Dimitri Bivol, who got shorter
Bug
arms
gonna
than
hurt him.
Terence Crawford.
Bug gonna hurt. He gonna hurt Canelo too. Bug gonna hurt him with a shot.
It could happen, but I don't know. He gotta catch. He gotta
That's the
catch him like with the
that
right
good.
shot. He gotta catch him like with
The
a picture
the
perfect
perfect
shot.
shot, huh?
He gotta
There you
catch him
go.
with
So he has to be perfect to win.
not to
Correct.
win. Nobody's perfect. He's gonna get hit. Everybody gets hit in the ring. He don't gotta be perfect.
He gonna hold that. He gonna hold
Huh?
those Canelo shots. He gonna hold those shots from Canelo. He gonna
Of
hold
course.
those.
Easy work. He gonna eat those.
Oh my
Eat
god!
those. Yo, he gonna eat them things like a chicken wing, a drum, and a biscuit
Wow.
and iced tea.
That's
Tasty.
what interests me about that fight. That's the only thing interests me in that fight. See if Crawford could hold those shots. That's the only thing interests me in the fight. And
He gonna
my
eat those.
artwork with seeing Canelo is wearing him down, body shots, pushing him back. That's my vision of the fight.
That's the
And that's why
thing.
I want to say, as a boxing fan,
Look.
I like to sit down and watch that.
How you gonna wear him down and push him back when the guy has way better footwork than you, is more athletic than you, and is gonna be mobile in that ring? Which, by the way, we saw Terrence Crawford training with Shakur Stevenson recently. That guy who gets hit the least in boxing. That Terrence Crawford was
Yeah,
sparring with him.
yeah. And what happened?
So Canelo, he's not gonna have the type of success that you think, bro. I'm telling you that reach advantage, that height and reach advantage from Crawford is gonna be in full display. He's gonna be jabbing the out of Canelo.
You talking about a guy who's 147, Canelo, who went up the super middleweight to fight. You went to light heavyweight. He fought long, tall guys, strong guys. His whole career been fighting them boxing greats. You're talking that's just insane. That's insane how you talk about Canelo.
Okay,
Insane.
but what type of accomplishments do you compare? What type of accomplishments do
Canelo
you compare?
accomplishments?
When you say all time great, what is it that you're comparing? Because that's the thing, look. we have to do this, Camacho, to be fair. We have
That's
to make
tough
one
though.
measure. Listen. We have to make one measurement that is not just opinion. Because when it becomes opinion, you start discrediting whoever you want and making better whoever you want.
That's
Look what
opinion.
you just did earlier, right? Diaz, a guy who won an Olympic gold medal, a guy who was a world champion in boxing. When I told you Crawford beat him, you was like, yeah, but who's that? Meanwhile, Roy Jones, you're like, yeah, but he beat some good guys. He beat that was a good guy. So you see, once you inject your opinion, then you can decide who's better and who's not. But when we talk about accomplishments, that's about facts. We can't decide. It's not about what I think is what you think. It's about what he was able to do.
Yeah, what he accomplished. Now, I agree with that for the record. If you put that on record, yeah. But yeah. No, that's big. That's big. That's what people look at the end of the day. The accomplishment. How many times he won? Wow, he won that. Yeah. But when I
Cause
ran fighters pound for pound, I write grades on what they meant as a whole in boxing. As a whole, they value Muhammad Ali a value, Chico a value, thing like a butterfly, thing like a bee. Macho Camacho. You look at boxing, 90% of boxing with Macho Camacho trunk, he left his handprint in boxing. I look at fighters as a whole, what they meant to the sport, not just accomplishment, what they meant to the sport. Because this ever, a lot of accomplishments could be made in this era. Adrian Broner became 4-time champion. I mean, hey. In this era, man, anything can happen. And accomplishment comes more than ever nowadays. It's easier to accomplish shit that has never been done before. Because the rules are more easier now. It's just now to the fighters now. Do what the fuck they want to do. We never had guys moving up 3 weight class to weight. That wasn't happening that much. We didn't have that. But
yes,
that's
but
still that's tough.
bro,
I look as a
but
whole when I rate fighters. The Robinson, the Ali's. That's a whole. The whole Ali, the whole Sugar and Leonard, Hagler. That was a whole of the ran. Alexis Arguello. So many great fighters in boxing to put somebody out of nowhere. Yeah, he's pop, pound, back.
out of
Yeah, there's so
nowhere,
many great fighters, man.
but how do you figure that it's out of nowhere when the guy been
Ozuma
accomplishing for so many
was
years?
great.
So you,
Samuel Sanchez,
look,
great.
but how are you saying out of nowhere with a four division
But you know what I
champion,
mean.
bro? You don't just come out of nowhere and become a four division champion, bro.
No,
That's
no, I
not out of
understand that.
nowhere. The
I
guy's been
understand that.
winning
I
for
understand that.
years and years. Camacho, that is more than Terrence. Right now. This is what I want you to understand, my guy. And this is not opinion. That's why I like facts. Right now, Terrence Crawford has been fighting for the last 10 plus years, either world champions, former world champions, or top five ranked opponents in
And he still
sanctioned
get
events.
questioned about his resume. We're not trying to hear that. Those are not the same fights we had back. We don't want to. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to
But
Jim
look,
Horn,
look.
Felix
But I just
Diaz.
listen to
I don't
look.
want to hear that.
I
Gamboa. We don't want to hear that. Who he
I know you
fought?
want to hear that,
Brad
but
says he walked through.
Camacho,
After
let
he
me
beat
say something.
Canelo, then yeah, we could have that conversation. If he beats
Let me
Canelo,
say
we could
something.
have that conversation.
Let me
But it's
say
too
something.
premature.
Let me say something. Did you forget? Did you forget that I told you about Roy Jones Jr. and you didn't have a bunch of stars that you could name that he beat? You didn't have five, six, seven, eight,
Yeah,
10
but
stars
he
that you
was
could name Roy
great
Jones Jr. beat.
himself. Was
You didn't have a
great.
whole bunch of you. No, no, no. You didn't have
His
a whole bunch of
performances
Hall of
were
Famers.
great.
But you didn't have a whole bunch of Hall of Famers that you could say, look at all these Hall of Famers that Roy Jones Jr. beat, all these big stars, all these pay-per-view monsters that he beat.
Let me say something. When Roy Jones fought, it was a much watched TV. People were tuning glued. He was a star. He
Okay,
was
but
a
name the
star.
stars that he beat. Names the stars that he beat.
He was a star. He was a star
But what?
himself. He was a
So he
star.
didn't beat stars. That's what you're saying?
I'll give you resume. I'll go back and get his resume. I'm pretty sure that's a solid resume.
No, you don't
Roy
even
Jones went
remember.
the best
You
at his
pretty
ever.
sure. You pretty sure. You don't even remember. You don't even know, bro. You gotta look
Now
it up.
I go back like you and do my
Ain't fighting
research and get
nobody.
prepared for 6:30 in the morning. I
Ain't
get prepared.
fighting nobody. Ain't fighting
Wow.
nobody. That's why. That's why you don't remember.
Wow.
You
He
remembering a
was
lot
made
of
up.
people. You remembering a lot of people, but Roy Jones opponents, you just don't remember, bro. That's why you know why you don't remember. Because he wasn't fighting stars. That's why he was fighting police officers. You remember the police officer though? You remember the colonel or the general, whatever
If
his
I
name was.
if I throw names, you're gonna discredit them. Yeah. Montel,
Oh,
yeah, he's alright.
oh, so you like to discredit
That's
Terrence
tough.
Crawford
That's tough,
opponents,
man. That's
but you
tough.
don't want to discredit
We,
Roy Jones opponent.
you telling me
Hey,
I have to
whoever
go
you
back
got
do my
next to you,
thing?
googling Roy Jones name, Roy Jones record.
I don't
Tell him
have
to
that.
give you the names, man. We
If I
don't know
had
them.
that, we could talk about that. I don't have that on me. I don't have access. But we could definitely come back and talk about that. You discarded Roy. Roy was great. Roy was must see TV.
Okay,
He was a
Crawford
must
is
see
great,
TV those
but
days.
Crawford is great too. Crawford is
Yeah, I'm
great.
not taking it from.
Great. You talking about Roy Jones was great. Okay, Crawford is great. All I'm saying is, Camacho, let's hold both of them to the same measurements. It's not fair for you to try to go at Crawford's opponent, and then when it comes to Roy Jones, to say, yeah, he be good opponents, but you're gonna discredit them. Have that same
No,
energy, bro. You gotta have the same energy.
no.
You gotta have the same
No,
energy.
it's a little
If
different.
you
It's a little
why
different.
you
You
only
mentioning
why
top
you only
five
wanna
pound of all time.
I
That's why
know,
I
but
come out with those. How about his resume? You say of all time. That's a whole different thing. That's reaching. That's whoa. That's too
well,
much. That's
Camacho,
disrespectful to
Camacho,
Carlos
let me ask
Song,
you a question.
Salvador
Let me ask you a question.
Sanchez.
Let
That's
me ask you a
disrespect to all
question.
the great fighters.
Let me ask you a question though. If he has done things that have never been done, like becoming on the first one to become undisputed in two divisions, and possibly let's say in three divisions, if he's done what hasn't been done all time, isn't that the definition of all time? It's never been done, bro. That is the pure definition of
Hey,
all time. Ain't nobody ever done it, my G. What
hey,
have your
hey.
fighters done that nobody ever's done? Start telling me. Like
Well,
for
fight. I
example,
don't
Manny
have a fighter.
Pacquiao.
You
Manny
say you're a
Pacquiao.
fighter. I don't have a fighter. You're a fighter. What fighter? I'm
Tank,
just saying when you mention
Tank is your
top five
guy.
all
Tank,
time, I
Tank
just mentioned
Davis.
Roy Jones is great.
Tank
He
Davis
was
is your
great.
guy. Tank Davis is your guy. What he done? That's your guy.
Huh?
What Tank Davis done besides Duck Lamar Roach?
Man, he beat that bag. Man, he gained that Santa Claus bag. He had to do no more. He secured his career. He had to do no more. He beat the game. He
Oh,
beat the game.
but we've been talking about all time greats, and you never talking about no bag. You was talking about names and who they beat. You never mentioned
Yeah,
no
but
bag.
you
Now
mentioned
for
Tank.
Tank
You
Davis, you
mentioned
bringing up
Tank.
the bag. Damn, that's crazy work.
So
You
yeah,
see?
that's
Now
what
for
relate
Tank
to
Davis,
Tank
you got the
Davis.
bag. You bringing up the
Besides the
bag.
knockouts, but you gonna ask me why you don't fight this guy?
Now
Why
for
you don't
Tank
fight that
Davis,
guy?
now
Why
for
you don't
Tank
fight this
Davis,
guy?
now for Tank Davis, you got the bag. You got knockouts. What the hell? You wasn't talking all that when we was talking about great fighters. You wasn't talking about bags. You wasn't talking about money. Hagler didn't make all that money like Tank Davis. All them dudes was. So why you
I didn't
bringing up the
mention
bag
Tank
now?
as great. I didn't mention Tank as pound great. I didn't mention Tank. I didn't say that. You mentioned Tank. You were Tankamania. Only I said was he gained a bag.
But you don't want to admit that he ducked. That's Tankamaniac logic.
Now, I can't say that he did the right decision. So Floyd Duck Margarito, Floyd Duck, a 7'8" Mr. Stretch Man for Fantastic Four. He ducked Paul William. Come on, man.
Yo, man, listen. If it, all you have to understand, Camacho, is that if it has feathers like a duck, if it goes quack quack quack,
Quack like a
if
duck.
you see him with the ducklings right behind it, it's a duck, bro. Why you can't admit it? Why you don't? Why you? I don't understand for the life of me why you can't admit a duck. Tell me that at least.
What?
Just tell me that. Why you can't admit it's a duck?
I don't know. But it's not about me a minute if he duck. I don't think he ducky. He gained a big bag, and like I always said, I salute fighters who beat the game, who beat the system. You gotta get that money. End of the day, you got no money, you broke. You ain't gonna eat. You can't go over there and say, "Well, I fought. Well, I'm 4-time unified world champion. I wanna." You can't pay your food for that shit. It's that money you got paid. End of the day, that legacy shit is great. But when you broke your supermarket and you wanna buy something, they don't care how many more times you got. It's the money. It's the
You,
money. At the
you
end of the
can't
day,
go
us boxing
grocery shopping
fans,
with the
when
legacy.
fighters go broke, we don't care about them no more. He's broke. I don't fuck him. My yoga has great fights. My yoga. He's broke right now. We ain't talking shit about my yoga. We just say he's broke. That's all we care about. He's broke. It's the bag. He's securing himself. It's business now. It's more of a business than a sport. That's the only thing I say about Tank. Is he great? He gave us great. He gave us great fights. great performances, but is he great? No, I wouldn't say top 5 or top 10 or top 20 or top 50. Hell no, I wouldn't say that at all. I wouldn't dare say that. And there's straight other world champions like Macho Camacho. Like there's so many great fighters in the sport of boxing. For somebody just come down and say, you know what, he's top 5 all over the place. That's crazy. That is crazy. That's blasphemy. That's crazy. In this era of HBO Boxing After Dark, in this era of USA Tuesday Night Fights, of this era, get the fuck out of here. In this era, he's great. Yeah, he's great. Marvin Hagler. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, Floyd beat Canelo, but Canelo was coming up, right? He was still young. You say Floyd was in older age. I'll box the shit out of him. I'll box the shit out of him. So the Crawford beat him now at his age, and Crawford older. So that means anything? Floyd beat the shit out of him when he was young, full of energy. Outboxing, flawless. So
So
if you're
wait a
gonna
minute.
say Crawford's better than Floyd pitch for shutouts nonstop, no hitters, nonstop.
So wait a
Look at the
minute.
resume, great fighters. That's crazy. That's crazy.
So wait a minute.
Floyd is crazy.
So how many times Floyd was So how many times Floyd was undisputed again? I forgot.
How many? He's undisputed the
Look
money
at
he
you
made.
confused.
No
Look
fighter
at
has
your
made
face in
the
the
kind of
camera, bro.
money
Look at your
Floyd
face
has
when I
made.
ask you. Look at your face in the camera when I ask you the question. Looking confused as hell. Confused.
Floyd don't need that. Floyd don't
Look at
need
that.
that. He don't need that accomplishment.
It
He
took you a
he made
second
the
to come
most
up with
money
that
ever.
excuse.
No other fighter gonna make the money Floyd made. Terrence Crawford is not the
We
man like
talking about
he's
all
not in
time
the
greatness,
ballpark.
Camacho. We talking about all time greatness. The money's not part of this conversation. Stop trying to be slick. The greatness
Yeah,
don't got nothing to do with no money. You trying to be slick. When you know that Crawford is better, that's when you got to bring up the money. Oh no, but he made more money
better than
though.
Floyd.
Made more money.
Better than Floyd. Que falta
After
respeto.
he beat Canelo, maybe, maybe. After he beat Canelo, it's a
Wow.
possibility.
Wow. Blasphemy. Wow.
It's a possibility. He's accomplishment. He's accomplishing things that Floyd never could. Floyd never even became undisputed, bro. This guy's doing it for the third time. What Floyd never did, this guy's doing it for the third time. Bud is the GOAT, doing all
Oh
time
my.
things, all time great things that your favorite fighters could never do.
Wow. Wow. Well, that's your opinion. Like it's your opinion. I cannot knock that. I cannot knock that at all. He has to come back and have a class
Ter-
performance for me to say, you know what? Yeah, yeah, he's Hall of Fame. Yeah,
Yo,
he's top of the
I
top.
gotta look at you in the face to tell you this, bro. I gotta look at you in the face. I gotta look at you in the eyes to tell you this. Terrence Crawford becoming undisputed world champion in two divisions already and soon in a third. That's not an opinion, that's a fact. He accomplished things that Floyd Mayweather couldn't even attempt, never even attempted. All time great stuff that
Who had a better resume?
there's nobody in this planet. There's no you. I need you to understand this.
Who
Listen,
has a
right
better
now.
resume?
Listen, right now. There's nobody in this planet. There's nobody in this uh planet system in this galaxy that could fuck with Crawford.
Right now? In
Right
this
now, there's
fucking
no.
pussy era of boxing, you got it, my man. You got it.
It's a
You got
great
it.
era of boxing. It's a great era of boxing.
Hey,
It's a great era of boxing. Some great fighters. That
hey,
knows that they was great before. They was great before. They
Floyd
was great
resume is
before. But
amazing.
they not great now. That's crazy work. That shit is wicked,
Hey,
Nacho. Wicked.
you saying right now, even beating Canelo, Floyd resume is better. I mean, Tammy's resume is better than Floyd.
Uh, Tank resume
No,
got a
no, no.
trash
Bud,
resume.
Bud,
Tank
Bud,
resume's
Bud. I
trash.
said Bud.
Tank
You think
resume's trash. Admit
Bud
that
resume is
bullshit.
better than Floyd?
Trash ass resume.
Nah, Bud resume better than Floyd.
Hold on,
Even with Canelo.
But Tank resume trash, right?
I'm not talking about Tank. I'm not talking about
But tell me, because you're
Bud and
talking about the
Floyd.
big stars. Who are the big stars Tank Davis beat? Put me
Este
on.
I could go that. Why
Ah!
you throw Tank in the middle? Tank is making a Jake. Look, Tank, Tank,
Yo,
Tank made more than Tank had
oh, he bringing up the
no
money. Now you're
basically.
gonna bring up the money. Now you're
Yeah,
gonna
but
bring up the money.
he made more
Now
than
you're gonna
Terrence.
bring up
Why?
the money.
Why he made more than Terrence?
Yeah, bro. Now you're bringing up the money. But who he
Why he
beat?
makes more than
Who
Terrence?
he beat though? Who he
But
beat?
my question, why he makes more than Terrence? Why?
But who he beat?
Why?
You know the money that you make don't put you in the Hall of Fame, right? You know that, right?
No,
You
my
know
my
nobody
logic,
looking
my
at that,
question,
right? We're talking about all
why
time
he
greats,
makes
though. We're not talking about the bank account. We're talking about all time greats. This conversation is about the all time greats. And you're talking about he makes a lot of money.
tanking in that conversation,
He
tanking in that
making a lot of money.
conversation, tanking in that conversation. He's not in that conversation, and I love Tank, but he's not in that conversation. All time great. No, he's not. He's not at all. Yeah, Butter's in there. Butter's in there with this win, a spectacular win, yes. But to rank him on top of the Floyds, that's crazy. That's crazy. The Hagler, that's
but
crazy.
what makes it
Look
crazy
at
is
Hoya,
but
that's
what makes it
crazy.
crazy? What makes it crazy if he accomplished more than them? What's crazy is that I could accomplish more than you and you think you better than me. That's crazy. That's crazy. If I beat more champions than you, I accomplish in more divisions than you. You're like, nah, but I was better though because in my day it was different. Get the fuck out of here. We fighting in our time. I
That's
don't have
unfair,
no
man.
advantage over yours. That's
That's
cap.
that's unfair, man. That's unfair.
It is
That's
fair.
unfair. Unfair. So
Hold on, is
it goes
that
back to
Ronnie?
what?
Put Ronnie ass on camera, man. Is that Ronnie right there with you?
Who
Put him on
Ronnie?
camera.
I got nobody here next to me. I got
Oh,
nobody Googling. I got none of that shit going on in my life. Like, nobody Googling next to me. I'm telling you, as a fighter point of view, I don't know about who, that's tough. That's tough, man. That's a tough one, man. We go back and forth with that all day, man. That's a tough one. It's really tough for me as a fighter. I'm pretty sure for the Hall of Fame fighters as well when it's saying that when they hear people saying shit like that, he better than Floyd. Oh, yeah, he better than Hagler. Yeah, because he be. And this fucking ever. Get the fuck out of here. And they fucking ever. Jeff Horn. He said John Molina. And this ever.
yo,
Shit.
look at this shit. Look at this.
Aguacate.
De la
Yeah.
casa mía,
Plátano.
loco.
Yeah.
De la casa mía, loco. What's this? That's it, man. You're gonna have to stop your hate on Terrence Crawford, man. You're anti Terrence
No,
Crawford
no, no,
shit.
no, no, no. I know what he's done in boxing. He's mean. When I look at Tony, mean. His body of work is crazy. His way of living, crazy. I salute the guy. He proved me wrong. I lost a lot of money. I bet on Spence. He proved me wrong. I was in shock. Wow. Wow. I respect the man. But when you
Now,
start saying shit,
so let me
he's
ask you a
better than
question.
Floyd, or he's better than, what are you talking about?
So help me understand this. Help me understand this. You lost money because you was betting on Spence, right? Cool.
Yeah.
Why is it that after Terrence Crawford battered Errol Spence, y'all hate him even more? Is it because you lost your money?
No, I respect him. I respect him. Like, whoa,
You
yeah,
respect him, but you stay hate.
yeah.
You respect him, but look, you
No,
discredit every one of
I'm
his
just stating my
opponents.
opinion, my fact.
Discredit
When I hear
every
people,
one of his opponents. Ooh, this guy's
when
not
I
all
hear
that. Ooh,
people,
that guy's not a big
when
star. Ooh, that guy's not a star. But when we talk about Roy Jones, you're like, oh, nah, but that police officer was
no,
cool
but it's
though.
different. When people get emotional about a fighter, I gotta just come back with be real. The people get emotional. They get
Yo, but Roy
emotional.
Jones
Like,
Jr. Was beating police officers and teachers, bro. And you didn't have a problem with it. Police
my man, look at
officers
Roy
and
Jones.
teachers.
Look at Roy Jones.
Police officers and teachers, bro, and you didn't have a problem with it. But you're gonna
Yeah,
be
but yeah.
come
Boy,
on, bro.
even other, it's like Andre Ward. They really, I mean, Andre Ward. Why he don't get the respect he deserves? I mean, he accomplished a lot. But I mean, it's tough to say. In that era was tough for Roy Jones in that weight class. It was tough. He did fight the Hopkins. He did fight the McClellan. He did fight the people. But it was tough in those era. It wasn't those kind of stars out there. That was tough in his weight class, and he was a
But
phenomenon.
but what
He
you
was a
have to see,
phenom.
look.
A phenom.
I'm gonna tell you why I point out Roy Jones Jr. And if we point at a lot of fighters, you're gonna see the same thing, and it's this: they have a lot of fights with people who were known from that era who weren't big names, and then they have the two or three big fights that they had. It's not all the fighters who have a huge resume of names under his belt. It's not like that. If you look at, for example, Roy Jones, like I said, you're not gonna be able to name 6, 7 big stars in Roy Jones' resume. If you look at James Toney, you're not gonna be able to name 6, 7 big stars in his resume. You're gonna be able to name quality opponents. Look, you're gonna
Solid
be able to name
fighters.
quality opponents that he beat from that era. So all I'm telling you is Terrence Crawford has that too. He has quality opponents that he beat from this era that me and you who understand boxing know that Felix Diaz, an Olympic gold medalist who's also a world champion as a professional fighter, that's a solid win that you can match up with anything. Roy Jones, Sugar Ray, and all of them got in their resume. They all got wins like that. All of their wins, we're talking like Sugar Ray Leonard by himself fought Hagler, fought Muhammad Ali, fought Joe Frazier, fought Larry Holmes. Sugar Ray Leonard didn't fight all of those guys. He fought within the four kings. And how many of them was? It was four. It wasn't a whole bunch of stars all over that they was fighting. That's the case with most.
Benitez killer. Danny
If you
Lalonde,
look, the same thing. Look, if I
Sugar
was to
for
tell
great
you,
fighters.
if I was to tell you, it's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Sugar for great fighters. Terry Norris. Sugar for great fighters.
But what I'm not saying that he didn't,
A
bro.
different animal.
But
Different animal.
if you put the list up of fighters that he fought, look. Let me give you an example. You said Terry Norris. Terry Norris, was he a big star or a top level fighter? No, he
Top
wasn't a
level
big
fighter.
star. He was a good fighter. That's what I'm trying to tell you. These guys' resume are filled with good wins and then a few great wins. But you act with
He
Terrence
wants
Crawford
to
like all of his
he
wins
wants to
had to
light
be great.
heavyweight. He beat Dinah Long light heavyweight. Sugar dog right thing. You can't compare Bub with Sugar. You can't do that. That's disrespectful. Then you
But
disrespecting boxing
but
point
again,
blank.
it's like I told you. When we go name for name, I put that to the test. What you're saying, because what you're saying is off of emotions. Oh, you can't put it to the test. You just can't do it. But if we go by name, I can show you that we can put it to the test. Because none of the great fighters that you're gonna mention was just fighting great fighters. They was fighting a lot of good fighters. That's why when I name you guys, that's all you could tell me. Oh, that was a good fighter. That was a good fighter. Well, you telling me Sean Paul is not a good fighter? You telling me Amir Khan's not a good
Huh?
fighter? You telling me Felix Diaz is not a good fighter? You telling me, come on
I
now,
like Sean Paul. Sean Paul entertained me. But come on now. Come on
he
with the
not a good
bullshit.
fighter?
That's your question.
He not,
Damn,
oh, wait,
man.
wait, wait,
And
wait. Hold on. I want to hold you to that. Sean Porter's not a good fighter, a two-time world champion at
Sean
the
tough.
welterweight
Yeah,
division.
he's tough. He gave us entertainment. He comes to fight.
You know that he beat
He gets
Ugas, right?
entertainment.
You know that he
Huh?
beat
Yeah,
Ugas, right?
he marches you around, he pushes you, he does the
Oh,
leaping
and
hooks.
you know that
Yeah, he
he's
does
a
all that great
and you know that
conditioning.
he's a
He
two-time
professional.
champion, right? But you know that he's a two-time welterweight champion too.
Look at average, point blank, average. Average. Yeah.
Sean
No
Porter's
Chavez,
average.
point blank, average. Okay,
All right,
let's
let
talk
me ask you
about
a
next
question.
week.
Let me ask you a question. You say that Sean Porter. You say that Sean Porter. Damn,
What do
yo,
we
my
tell you?
people.
He's all time great. What do we? I'll tell you the truth. He's okay. He's okay.
He's
He's
okay.
entertaining. He's
So
great. I
okay
never
now.
heard somebody
So you
telling me
think
my
so
favorite
as a
fighter is Sean
fighter?
Porter. I
Wait.
never heard
As a
somebody tell me that.
fighter,
My favorite fighter is
Camacho,
Sean Porter. I
Camacho,
never heard anybody tell me that.
Camacho. As a fighter, you're telling me that an average guy becomes a two-time world champion in boxing? Average guys?
And this fucking ever? Yeah. Yeah. This ever? Yeah. 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 This
That's
ever?
wicked. That's
Yeah.
wicked.
And this
That's
ever?
wicked.
Yeah.
That shit is wicked. That shit is
That's what I
wicked,
said.
Camacho.
Disgusting. Boxing disgusting. Let me ask you a question. Who wins, Devin Haney
Oh, who?
or Norman? Risky,
I don't
huh?
know yet,
We
man.
don't
I
give
don't know.
Devin. We don't give Devin the respect he deserves. Risky, risky.
Look, let me explain you something. Let me explain you something. That fight is very hard to predict simply because Devin Haney is making a jump to welterweight division, and he's fighting the big dog over there. We already seen Devin Haney get hurt by Ryan Garcia. So, can he evade Ryan Norman Jr.'s power? A
Wow,
guy who's that
that's a risk.
athletic, because he's
That's a
athletic.
risky
You
fight,
see,
man. I'm surprised
let
they
me
took
show
the
you.
fight. That's risky.
let me show you the difference between Canelo moving up, between Crawford moving up, and Devin Haney moving up. The difference is that Crawford is moving up to fight a guy who is who is not mobile in Canelo Alvarez. We know that Canelo is not moving around. He's coming after you. And that's it. Canelo has one geared forward attack. Ryan Norman Jr. is more versatile. He can use the footwork. He has very good footwork. He can cut the
I
ring off.
agree.
We saw Canelo
I agree.
Alvarez who couldn't cut the ring to save his life versus William Score. That's why that fight was boring and that's why it went the distance. Canelo just couldn't cut the ring on him. So that's a different situation for Crawford because he's the guy with the better footwork. Devin Haney probably will be the guy with the better footwork, but he's gonna have a Brian Norman Jr.
Yes, he
in
will.
front of him, who's a very good athlete and has very good footwork as well. So it's gonna be hard for Devin to stay away from Norman Jr. We already saw somebody stay away from Canelo easily, easily.
Yeah. No. And where would that put Haney with that win? That's impressive.
That's a
His
big win.
resume is impressive. Yeah,
That's a big win.
yeah,
That's a big
yeah,
win. That's a big
yeah.
win. Devin Haney, that win is gonna put him on. Definitely, he's on the pound for pound list. He's on
Oh,
the
for that
pound for
win.
pound list. Somebody's getting removed from the list, and Devin Haney's going in with that win. He a pound for pound fighter. My peoples.
I'm surprised.
Go
I'm
ahead, go
surprised
ahead.
the father took that fight. I'm surprised his father took that fight. I'm surprised he took that fight. I'm really surprised he took that fight, man. That's a risky boy right there. And he's after great. He's after legacy shit. Yeah. That's greatness.
Look, man, I don't think there's really anybody out there who expected Devin Haney to fight an opponent of that caliber. You know, like that's crazy. He went for the biggest gun in the welterweight division because I'm gonna tell you like this. In my opinion, of course, the moment Jerron Boots Ennis announced that he was leaving to 154, Ryan Norman Jr. became the man at the
World
welterweight
champion.
division until further notice.
Yes.
It is his
Yes.
division, and Devin Haney chose to go after him. Man, that's crazy. He chose to go. You know what? I think the reason he did that is because look, Ralph, you know, I think the reason Devin Haney did that is because he realized the damage that he took from that fight with Ryan Garcia. Let him remember, even though
To
he
go
was
into a riskier fight with a puncher that's risky, brother. That's
no,
kind of risky.
but what I mean by the damage he took from Ryan Garcia, I'm not talking about the damage, even the damage that he took inside the ring. I'm talking about the damage that he took as far as his persona, you know, his that undefeated, unbeatable aura that he had about him. Because he lost that fight. They just overturned the decision because of the PED stuff. But he got beat
Hmm.
up. So it kind of took
Yeah.
away of that
Shadow.
image of
He beat Shadow.
invincibility that he had. Remember Mike Tyson
So
when he lost to Buster Douglas? He didn't look invincible anymore. And Devin Haney kind of doesn't look invincible anymore after that fight. So I think he took on this Brian Norman Jr. challenge to try to show, hey, I'm still him. I'm that guy.
respect.
His respect, because if you think about it, he wins that fight, he's right back on top. That's it. He's the guy again, because that's how boxing is. You lose, you're a hot job, you're a bum, you're a nobody. You win, oh my God, you're the best ever. He beats Brian Norman Jr. He's back in the conversation as one of the big dogs.
Pound. I agree
Because
with you.
that's the thing. Once he took that beating to Ryan Garcia, his stock went down. Stock went. Just put it to you like this: he lost to Ryan Garcia. He lost to Ryan Garcia, and in his very next fight, he was in the main event. Devin Haney, bro, had been the main event for like 5, 6 years or something like
Yeah.
that. Right after that fight, he wasn't even the co-main. He was like 3 fights down. So that's the type of impact that Ryan Garcia fight had on his star power. And then a win over Brian Norman Jr. will bring him right back to where he was at, like he never left.
A a boxing win, a moving win, a dancing win, box moving win. Right? That's the way you see him beating. You know the way you can see him beating Norman is boxing, outboxing him.
I'm gonna tell you what,
Can
it's
he
gonna be.
outbox Norman?
I'm gonna tell you this, man. I think they're gonna knock him if he wins the type of fight where he's doing a lot of movement and jabbing and all over the place and pam pam pam. You know what they like to call running. If he wins like
That's the
that, they're
only way
gonna
you're gonna
knock
win
him.
the fight. That's the only way you're gonna win the fight.
Then that's what you gotta do, bro. If,
Exactly. Takes to
if
his
that's
guns.
if that's the only way he's gonna win the fight, then that's what you gotta do. Camacho, let's see what the boxing fans have to say. The Hydro Grind says Haney will fight scared as hell like his last fight, especially versus Norman, knowing his power abilities. What say you, Camacho?
I see the same thing. Safe. I see the same thing. That's the only way you can win is outboxing them. So they're gonna do whatever they gotta do to win.
And I'm
Like
gonna
we
tell
said, outboxing them. That's
and,
tough. That's tough to see happening though. That's tough.
and I'm gonna tell you like this, Camacho. The Box Center family, when you see these comments, we do boxing over here, so they're gonna go at you. Check this out. Dark Frisk. Haney gets too much hate. They mad he got hype Loma. You think people hate because he beat up Loma?
When you get to that point, everybody start hating on you. Like Tank. Oh yeah, you duck. You that. I mean, that's when you know you there. When you get that hate, you know you there. You close.
Alright, the Hydro Grind says a running win in a boring fight where one is scared to get hit and the other gets tired of chasing him. Is that the type of fight we're gonna see with Brian Norman Jr. and Devin Haney?
For Haney to win, that's the fight plan. Box. I'll box him. He's not gonna punch him. I'll box him. Yeah, I can see that.
Okay. Superman says he got to run Bill like you prepare for every kind of fight. Nah, wait, hold on. Loma old Flash. What do you think about that, Camacho? There's people that say that Lomachenko is old Flash, that he's a hype job. What do you think about
It gets that boxing. That's the ugly side of boxing. Loma was great of what he have accomplished in boxing. Man, his style was one of few. You don't see too many styles like Lomachenko. Man, that's tough. That's a tough one. That's a tough one, man. Um, Haney been getting hate from day one. I mean, I don't know what else to say about it when it comes to Haney.
No, and I'm gonna say this just to piggyback off of what you said. Lomachenko is a great fighter, two-time Olympic gold medalist, then turned professional and accomplished as a professional as well. Multi-division, unified world champion, all that. Salute to Lomachenko who retired recently, for sure.
Yes,
Next
yes.
comment, Superman says Loma deserved that Devon rematch. Haney denied that he was shook. Uh, got hands put on him, all type of shit. What do you think about that? Did Lomachenko deserve a rematch? I thought he won that fight the first time I watched it. Then
I
I
I
replayed it
thought
and I
so.
feel like maybe Devin did edge it out. What do you think?
I thought it was a very close fight. Like I said, go either way. Yeah, I seen it that way too. The first time I said that, Lomo had it. Then I looked again. I seen, they go back and forth in that fight. But yeah, a rematch should have been made. It didn't get made, but Henry kept on fighting, names. So
And he accomplished. He kept accomplishing. The
yeah,
uh the Hydro Grind. Since that Ryan fight, Haney even gets scared when a flies too close to him. What do you think, Camacho? Do you think that losing or that beating he took to Ryan Garcia, does that affect the way he's gonna operate moving forward?
hell yeah. You don't want to get hit like that again and be surprised and be wobbled. Hell yeah, that's always in the back of his mind. You know what I'm saying? Always back. Either that or he broke that ice. Oh, fucking, we get hit. Let's fight. Um, if he was that scared, he would have been taking on Norman.
That would have been a
If he was
rematch.
that scared, he wouldn't take Norman.
That's that's you see, that's why it caught all of us by surprise. We wasn't expecting it. We wasn't expecting it for that reason. If he's scared, why
Hmm.
he's taking on arguably the hardest puncher in the division? Whoa, my peoples. I thought we lost you, Camacho. You lost your audio?
I mean, it's a lot, man. It's a lot. When you get to that star level, man. I don't know why boxing fans are like that. They start turning, yeah, but you just this, or this guy can beat you. I don't know why. Look at Usyk right now. There's a new heavyweight coming up, and they want to batch him against Usyk already. Or he could be Usyk. I don't know why boxers like that, man. You get to the top, and they want you to come down. They want you to crash. That's how boxing is, and that's
But there's
sad.
always gonna be also there's always gonna be that loyal fan base that's gonna rock with you. Cause look at Tank Davis. He doing some goofy shit and running away from a rematch to do an exhibition, and you support it.
The bag he's making. He's securing his family. He's securing his life. The bag,
They've
you
been
cannot turn
secure. He
that
been
down.
making
Any
millions.
other fighter,
They
Tyson
making
did it.
millions. They've been secure. What is we talking about? When they gonna be secure? How many millions you need to secure shit? Ain't he been
Hey,
making
Tyson
millions
had
of
for 100
dollars?
million. He hit rock bottom.
He been making millions, bro. They secure. They secure, bro. How you make millions of dollars and you need a
Tank is
payday
doing
to secure your family?
Tank. Tank is doing it his way. We cannot knock that. Like I said, I applaud any fighter that beat the system. He doing it his way. Not caring what other people say. Not kidding, not putting that pressure. Fight this guy, fight that one. Fight this guy, fight that one. Yo, boxers, we lonely when the lights are off. I don't know if people understand that. Us fighters like to be away. We don't like to be all out there sometimes. Especially if we go through a bad performance. We don't want to be all out there. We want to be hitting away. We don't have nobody that genuinely love us. That's how us fighters feel sometimes. So we get lonely in the top. We get lonely in boxing point blank. So I can understand certain things that you don't want to. I don't want to fight. Oh fuck boxing. I want to retire. Yeah, he's a young kid. He's still young, going through a lot. And going through a lot fast. So you gotta understand that part. You know what I'm saying? His lifestyle outside the ring, well, it's not adding up to his faith right now. And he's going through some things that happen.
Yeah, but I've seen a lot of fighters going through a lot of things and still go in the ring and do what they gotta do. That's an excuse. That's an excuse. Everybody's going, yo, the way life is right now, life is so fast paced, so many things going on, that everybody's going through things, Camacho. Everybody's going through one thing or another. That's life. If you use he's going through things so he can't do stuff, yo, everybody will be doomed. We all going through things in life. That's life. That is life. We don't stop
I don't
going
want
through
to see
things.
that little brother go through a downfall right now. And you know his lifestyle could maybe take him to a downfall. I wouldn't want to see that little brother go through a downfall and just crumble. It's liable to happen to us fighters. You know that's life. Like you said, it is life. But anytime you got a chance to secure the bag, now I'm pulling from secure that bag with Jake Paul. Get that 20, 30 minute, 20. You get it, man. Secure that bag, man. You can't knock it. It's a huge fight. It's a way bigger fight than Roach. It's a bigger fight than you probably make more money fighting Jake Paul. You gonna make a fight Shakur. Like, what are we talking
But
about?
But he could have beat Lamar Roach and fought Jake Paul after and secure that bag. Unless you think that Lamar Roach was gonna put the beats on him. Is that what you think?
Nah, but
Lamar Roach was gonna put the beats on him?
nothing guaranteed in boxing, man. Nothing guaranteed. Why go
Just
through
be
another
honest.
war, a tough fight? In
Just be
boxing, just
honest.
because
But be
somebody might
honest,
have
bro.
you're a fighter, you know, you spar with somebody in the ring, you can be better than the person that you spar with, but for some reason that sparring fighter get off on you. Just that guy. Maybe Roach has Tank's number. Tank don't need Roach for legacy.
For legacy, what legacy are you talking about, bro? You know there ain't no legacy in play. He need Jake Paul is gonna give him the type of legacy he's looking for. You gonna get that Jake Paul legacy?
That's the number one man in boxing right now.
Come on, man.
That's the most. That's one of the top guys in boxing right now. The cow, the cash cow. We can't get mad at. You can't get mad at that. Why he didn't go and fight Shakur?
Because he's scared to death. He don't want to take that L. Scared to death of Shakur Stevenson. You know that. He been ducking Shakur. And now he ducking Lamar Roach.
Hey, my brother, I hate to leave this room, the chat room. You know, I love being in the thing, but I think my daddy do that. I take my daughter to school now,
Alright.
man.
So real quick, I'ma just say this. I'ma just say this. Camacho Jr., you know damn well that Lamar Roach is ducking Shakur because he's scared that Tank Davis ducking Shakur. But I wanna say to everybody who tuned in this morning, salute. I hope you guys enjoy this episode of Boxing for Breakfast. Camacho Jr., salute my brother. Anybody you want to give a shout out
Camacho
before we
time.
get the hell out of here?
Now to the boxing fans, to those who tunes in, man, and keep the show popping, man, keep it interesting. Shout out to y'all guys, man. You know, and shout out to you, man. 'Cause even if it got like you wouldn't keep me relevant. Probably your fans here don't know what the hell Camacho been up to. You give me that light, that platform. It puts me out there, so I appreciate that, my brother. Anytime you need me, I'm here.
You already know what it is. This
You already know
argument is
box
gonna keep
champ,
going. The
box
fans
center,
don't
baby.
know. The fans don't know that even though we're here talking boxing, but we be arguing on WhatsApp, we be arguing on Messenger. You be trying to raise my blood pressure, but it's all good. I still got love for you, my G.
Non-stop. You ready, my brother? Box center
Yeah.
in the building.
Y'all already know my people. It's
All right.
Boxing for Breakfast. This is Box Center, your favorite boxers, favorite boxing show. I hope you guys enjoy the show. You know, me and Hector Camacho Jr., we just having a good time. We trash talk, we go back and forth. But it's boxing. It's the sweet science. We love the sport. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I'm about to get the hell out of here. But before I do, I want to give a shout out to those real ones who always support and is always there for me. Superman, JJ's in their house, John Parham, Cano Crush, The Hydro Grind, and everybody else who tuned in this morning. I really appreciate y'all, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. We on our way up. We about to take over this whole boxing shit. It's only a matter of time. My peoples, I'm out of here. But before I get out of here, my words of wisdom. Y'all know JSmiff do not end the episode without giving you the words of wisdom. So here go the J Stradamus words of wisdom. Ladies and gentlemen, today's Friday. Today's Friday. Let me just tell you, if you're going to have a good time this weekend, cool stuff. Gnarly, tubular. But don't take every weekend of your life to just go have fun. Don't take every weekend of your life to go drink, to go smoke, to go party. Take some weekends to build something. And when I say build something, it don't gotta be build something physical. It don't gotta be build a house. Build a relationship. Build a friendship. Go hiking. Go do some shit that you don't normally do. Go do something that's gonna make you just feel happy that you're there. Go somewhere. Do something. As opposed to, well, this weekend we're gonna grab some beers and we're gonna drink and we're gonna get high. We're gonna do exactly what we do every weekend. My peoples, don't let every weekend be the same weekend. Because if you do that for the rest of your life, you wasted a lot of time. So with those words I say, enjoy your weekend, my peoples. This is Box Center, your favorite boxers, favorite boxing show, Boxing for Breakfast. I hope you guys enjoyed it once again. I'm JSmiff. I'm out of here, my peoples. Bam. Peace.